All right, Muzzle Mike has a link. He must be busy right now. He'll be in.
There's a lot of souls out there that need saving.
What's up, everybody? It's another lovely episode of let's see if we can get blacklisted from the internet.
What the hell will they say now?
It'd be really cool one week to have like 20 people. Of course, that might get a little nuts, but it's
The most we can have in here is 10.
Is it?
Yeah.
I watched part of last week on YouTube. Probably at least an hour and a half of it. There was not on TV, and I was bored. So I was like, well, I'll check some live stream out. And there was one guy on there that had his avatar, or whatever you want to call it, had one of the older like BMW RTs or maybe one of the K bikes, and I was like, I have no idea who that is.
That's not Reed's bud. Was it it?
I don't know.
His avatar is usually blank. He was watching somebody else's live stream, Marshall.
No, it was not. You're mistaken, sir.
Oh, Sir Berg.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sir Berg was here last week. Which he didn't say much, but I think he's still getting used to us.
Was last week the sheep thing?
No.
I think
That's every week.
That's exactly what I was going to say. There should never be a week without sheep.
I only came here for the sheep.
What's up, man?
No,
guys.
Overland's here for sheep and milk.
Yeah.
I just know I have
a special bandana.
Yeah, special related.
I have to still edit.
Oh,
that talks about that.
Well, what you know about sheep?
They lie so much.
I was going through some footage that I recorded when I filmed the Father's Day stuff. I don't know. I think it was the Friday before that. I went riding on Friday afternoon or whatever. Maybe it was Saturday. I don't remember. Anyways, a couple weeks ago when it wasn't raining. It wasn't last weekend. Maybe the weekend before. Anyways. And I've had something that's never happened to me in my setup. I don't know if the card just went retarded, but on the same day, I've made 3 vlogs, while I was out. And one of them was the Father's Day one that I did. And then another one was 2 gear reviews of that new hot weather stuff I've got, And one of them, the audio, Cave Troll may know what I'm talking about. It was like, it sounded like it had an echo and a back feed to it. It was weird. But, I mean, that was all with the same battery, all the same day, all the same charge on the wireless GoPro mode I use where I can keep up on how long it's been recording and make sure it's recording. And it's unusable audio. So I just had to delete it and I'm remaking it.
I think that's just normal sometimes.
I've never had that happen. And this is...
They came loose in the jack.
No, I don't use a mic adapter. I use a backpack with a little jumper.
Oh, I can tell you exactly what the problem is. You need to buy a new adapter.
The jumper?
Yeah, Revzilla sells them. They go bad. I'm on my second one.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't accidentally turn the mic button on, did you? That was my big problem last year when I was having all that audio problem. I had the external mic button flipped on the backpack.
It almost sounded like when we're on here and somebody has trying to watch it on YouTube and it's a super like back feed and like a delay. It sounded like that, but like times 5 or 6.
Yeah, basically the adapter's hot mic.
So it's just the adapter where it plugs in, plugs out, and like one of the pins.
Yeah. Revzilla sells them. They're like $6 a piece.
Yeah, I mean it could also be. I mean it's definitely most likely that, but it could also be where you bumped it and it just kicked out the internal mic, because I know I've done that on mine where I just barely bumped that connection and it'll kick over from the external mic to the internal mic and just screw up my audio.
Huh.
Yeah, because remember at the beginning of, was it this year? I was having all kinds of static in my audio.
It's not the GoPro or the SD card. It's just a little.
Another one for the
Oh God!
Oh God, we're starting this early. Oh my God.
She's pretty, ain't she, Overland?
Yeah, she looks hot, man.
Pretty.
Although not that big titties, but okay.
I'm trying to call my wife in here.
We'll manage.
You guys need help.
Well, you hold her. That'll be good help.
That's a sheep, right?
Yeah, the whole shit.
Oh my God. That's a wolf in sheep clothing.
The sheep are liars. The sheep are liars.
I can't do it. I'm laughing too much. I can't do it.
Well, I said, why is the sheep down on the ground? So many questions now.
But I mean, I never unplugged the mic adapter. I never unmounted it from a helmet, movie camera, or
No
anything.
matter.
No,
Hey, I've, you know, you saw the new helmet and where the camera's mounted.
yeah.
I need to get that adapter from Girl on a Bike that brings it forward more, because if I open my visor
Uh-huh.
and I shut it and I don't do it slowly and I make sure I push it over to the left a little bit, it'll barely tap that adapter,
And I'll do the same thing.
and it'll knock out it'll knock out the mic.
That really sucks because I just ordered something from Revzilla the other day, piece of riding gear, and I could have put it on that order and not have to pay shipping for a $7 piece.
I'm sure there's something else you could use.
I have a
Wait a minute, and I'll look up and find something you can order me.
No.
Does Cycle Gear have them?
If they sell the backpack, they should have it.
Right.
Because I know I got to order some stuff from Cycle Gear.
Indeed.
See, a lot of people don't know this, but Cycle Gear and Revzilla are sister companies of each other. Oh God, really?
Oh.
Oh, Jesus. Oh my God.
But the rest is the small packs that go for just put it there.
I mean, if we're going to do it, I'm going to win.
Oh God, I didn't click on Dante's. I seen the fox. Oh God. Oh God. Wow, that's worse.
Like I said, I'm going to have to win it, man.
Oh my God.
And look at all the other ones looking. I don't know whether they're weary or they're waiting for their chance in line.
This started well.
They're playing hopscotch. And then
Just having
not
fun.
hopscotch. What is it?
Leapfrog.
Yeah, leapfrog.
Oh, shit. I have a friend of mine that uses his microphone on the ear. On the place where the ear, instead of a earphone, he just puts the microphone in there. No wind, and it's incredible how good it catches the voice.
I found the weird side of YouTube. Or not YouTube, the weird side of Google.
So
Oh,
who's looking into doing the whole IGTV?
What?
The biggest problem is it's all profile, and I don't know if you can upload from anything other than your mobile device.
Well, and I don't know how they're going to do. Instagram is just for short stuff. I
suppose
going to expand it.
I think my wife's in there looking at it now. She just had it upload on her phone earlier.
I'm kind of concerned at this point.
I know Lone Wolf Garage is going to start doing stuff on there. Oh, an inflatable sheep.
Oh God.
We had when I was in Germany and living in the barracks, we'd have once probably about once a month, sometimes more. We'd have a health and welfare where the first sergeant would walk through and check all the rooms.
Right.
And one of the guys was super into like whips, chains.
Oh God, I can tell you.
And so you know how you lay out a rifle like dress right, dress,
Yes.
and lay it out proper. Well, we did that with a bunch of ball gags, chains, dildos.
Oh God.
And then we had an inflatable donkey hanging from the ceiling.
I can see that everyone's afraid to click on the side links now.
I was just reading the stuff about Cycle Cruiser. Oh man,
He's a moron.
What now?
I hate his channel more and more that I
I've never seen.
unsubscribed from him like I don't know a year ago. So damn annoying.
Yeah, but think about it. You know, everybody's talking about him. He's doing what he wants to do. He's getting people to watch and views.
Yeah, to see what dumb shit he's gonna do next.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Good attention or bad attention, it's all attention. It all makes a click.
I've not been on his channel in years.
Yeah, you don't really have to be on his channel anymore. Everybody else is talking shit about him. You know what's going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's kind of like the people that there's two sets. There's the people that they refuse to do a face reveal, and then or they'll like if I hit 10,000 subs or X amount of subs,
yeah,
they'll do a face reveal, and then you have the other ones that refuse to share their subscription list.
Right.
Which I really don't understand. Like, what's the big deal with who you're sub to?
Yeah.
You're hiding something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Or you're not subscribing anyone.
Two ATVs is going after Mothman here, saying he's Cycle Cruiser.
Yeah, that's what I was reading. So Matt, the bus still goes.
It does.
Yeah, it's raining.
Not enough, but it does.
And you go for it. How you doing with your back and stuff?
Oh, I'm alive.
Good.
It's a plus or a minus, all depends on who you are.
Something is missing tonight, and I don't quite.
Puzzle Mike.
Yes. Awful quiet here.
Not enough voices.
He's on
Yeah. Anything wrong with him, or just couldn't make it?
I don't know. Dante, what'd you say about Mike?
I don't know. I sent him another notification. Maybe he's.
Yeah.
Maybe he's off. Maybe he's got something he's got to do. I don't know.
He's having a fight with the Chinese. Something didn't work.
No,
Stupid ass camera.
Matt, you should check out the window. Just
I'm trying to work on a thumbnail. I'm afraid to look.
I was just looking on the security cameras. He's not out there.
You better. Oh my God.
You're vibrating security cameras.
Yeah.
Matt, did he?
There he is.
I hate I missed the live stream last week.
No way. Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil.
I didn't hear you, Marshall.
I said, what all did he say about on the dual vlog burns about him? Not really.
He didn't want to talk much last week.
Really?
Beautiful dog.
He just logged in.
Like he didn't want to talk much, like he wasn't himself. Or
Who muted him, Matt? Come on, let him be.
Mike, speak out. Mike, speak out.
I'm never myself.
Oh,
There he
I
is.
told you so. Mad at yourself or mad at the Chinese? Come on, spit it
It's
out.
the Russians today.
Oh,
equal opportunity haters, gotta have them.
That's kind of hard to buy something that's from Russia.
not that hard. Just go on eBay. There's Russian shit on there all the time.
you changed supplier, so.
And it still says made in China.
Yeah.
Well, it's like in oh fuck, what movie was it? Where it's like American components, Russian components, all made in China.
Oh, they were in
Cowboys or
space.
Armageddon or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no,
Yeah.
all made in Japan or in China. I forget what it was, but yeah.
yeah, I want to say it was Armageddon.
That sounds about right. It might have been. I can't remember.
Yes, I think it was Armageddon. So.
Armageddon hasn't done yet. Oh, we're not talking in a religious aspect. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna warn you right now, Mike. Don't look at the side chat because
he might get enthusiastic.
Well, I've been looking at some of the pictures.
no,
how's the goat, Mike?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm in it to win it. So
The goat runs.
Runs?
Yeah.
Nice.
that doesn't sound too good.
Nah,
Still
come on,
no
Mike.
leakage.
No leakage. I flushed the oil. Oh, was it just yesterday? Because I put a thick oil in just to clean it out after I did all that work on the upper end, drilling the holes out and everything. And I mean, everything's okay. It's pulling. It started pulling some stall out things like Dante was running into in his last video.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not joking. That's the thing. It was doing the same. Mine was doing the same thing to mine, to me. And it was like it seems like a KLR thing,
The KLR virus.
Is your on the KLR? Do you have to adjust the carbs all the time?
No.
The carbs? What carbs? It has only one.
Yeah.
Well, you try to keep an extra one in your can.
Yeah, that's not a KLE.
At least Mike does
Yeah,
for
yeah.
everybody else's bike.
I just know on mine, I'm constantly having a fight with that carb.
When I first got it, I had to mess with the idle screw because the previous owner had an idle on like 1500 RPM,
Holy shit.
and it took me. Oh my god, I cannot believe. Why does this picture exist?
But this gas nowadays is just crap anyway,
Yeah, it is junk.
Yeah, I run non-ethanol.
I run water.
Hey, Cave Troll, speaking of that, the gas station that was across
Oh,
from
come on, Dante.
Sorry.
Sure. But
All right.
the gas station
Oh,
across the street
my.
from the last one we made out?
Yeah.
That brand of gas station, is that where you get the non-ethanol at?
Interesting.
The one across from it?
Is that like a future video or a future picture or what?
There's a place.
Interesting.
There's a place over there down from the mall that has it, and then there's actually it's one of the drive-through gas stations. They have like the little. They have.
That's what I'm talking about. The drive-through.
Yeah.
Non-ethanol 93.
Yep.
Right there's your answer, fellas.
Ah.
Right there is your answer.
See, I would agree with you on that, but if it's already shit gas,
I don't think mine's fuel related. I think I just was having an off day.
I think you just took off too fast and the choke was still on, and it's just like, yeah, I don't like this.
no, see,
I mean, I just poured seafoam through it like 2 or 3 weeks before I did the oil change.
well, see, with my bike, it's like, well, I went with a really heavy oil to clean the engine out. I mean, I'd never run 2050 oil. Even though I looked it up online and it was on the high end but acceptable for the KLR, And I think it was taking forever to warm up, and I was rushing it and not giving it time for everything to warm up before I turned the choke off. and that it was because it would drop down the idle and it just stall right out.
Do you use the 2050 plain and simple?
Yeah,
You don't use the J's specification?
no, I don't not on that one. I was just running for a very short time just
And
to make sure I get all the dirt and metal
just to
flakes
clean.
out.
Okay.
It was just crap oil to get rid of. And now I'm actually running 1030 Rotella in it.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people run Rotella because it's
Rotella.
But you use the J specification. Do you know what is the J specification?
Yes,
It's
I
for
do.
The flood.
Yeah,
yeah,
Okay.
you have to use that with bikes with wet clutch systems. You can use that on a Harley probably because it's a dry clutch.
As far as mine, when I picked up the bike, the guy told me what was in it when he had it, and for the first oil change or two, I kept that in it. And the only reason I switched to Valvoline because it was a little cheaper.
Yeah.
And me coming from car oil, synthetic oil, and I did notice a difference.
Yeah.
Not even on the gearbox.
Huh?
Not even on the gearbox. You didn't feel any difference.
No, I did feel a difference.
Okay.
Between the Valvoline and the Mobile One. The Mobile One was better.
I'll tell you though, that goat switch it always had a clunk from first to second gear. It shifted so smoothly with that 2050 oil. It was like slick as can be. I'm like, this is cool. Too bad I'm not running in it all the time.
But
I don't think I'd know what to do if mine didn't clunk in the gear.
But this time when I got fuel, I went to the Sunoco and got some 93. And I was talking to Clinton when I was going to get it, and I told him I'll go to Sunoco and get some 94. Well, they don't carry 94 anymore. They carry what they call 93 Super. Yeah. When I filled it up, the fuel was blue. And he's like, and Clinton's like, it's blue? I said, yeah. He goes, dude, that's aviation fuel.
There you go, high octane.
And he goes, and I said, well, it says 93 Super. So, oh my God. Just going around the little lot in the gas station, I like, oh my God, I'm going to get in trouble with this. So I have a full tank of, I guess what they call 93 Ultra now.
I'll be filling up, topping off with that before I come down to your house.
I mean, seriously, the bike was retarded because I just roll a dead stop, roll on, and the front end just started blocking up. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get in trouble with this. But that plus, Chris, the engine actually felt like it was running smoother.
Mine has a mist to
it. Yeah, mine does too.
Maybe it's dropping a cylinder.
It is. Maybe. It drops 4 times the rotation. It drops 4 times the rotation. Maybe it's dropping a cylinder. Yeah, it does. 4 times the rotation it drops.
Really? Super toppy rock. Oh my God. I can't even read that after looking at the pig with the old dude in the lingerie. It's just,
God. Told you guys.
It's a shame, isn't it? The stockings are so bad.
Yeah, there's no shame in this game, that's for sure.
I told you, man. How many
when you get to a certain age, who gives a shit?
Well, I thought that was Tom. Then I saw he had hair.
Woo!
Oh my God.
What y'all scared
of? Nothing.
Everything.
I know you're not afraid to send it, but
I've had worse dates.
I think I'm too far, so
that's scary.
Still no Madonna pictures, man. And Mike, I can't find the damn boat. Where did you put the big boat?
Oh, they might have gone to Mars or someplace. I don't know.
I have asked everywhere about the boat.
But
I have
they had-
called.
fucking
the-
Mothman was posted.
I have called the harbor to know if they had that boat, and so they didn't have the boat. The boat never passed Portugal,
It was supposed to be ported at Portugal.
but it
You had,
isn't.
you had to stop and pick up a bunch of illegal kids.
But fucking Mothman was posted on Instagram.
I think the boat is full of KLR parts and went down.
So, Dante used more or less the same Motovlog setup that me and Moto Matt used, the backpack.
I was one of the first people in the circle of people I knew that actually used that regularly. The first year I ran it, I had no issues with it.
Yeah, I haven't either. This is the second full season I've used that, and it works good.
And when I went to the new bridge connection, honestly, what happens is the port and the camera itself gets loose, and that creates a bad connection. Even if you don't pull it in and out a lot,
Right.
but it still creates a loose connection. It sucks.
Right.
It's
That happens.
just the nature of because of how hot the camera gets.
Well, yeah. See what I do to keep that
There is
from happening.
surgeries to fix that.
Most of the time is the only time I ever unplug that bridge is to get the SD card out.
Yeah.
Like if I'm just gonna,
The only
I'm just-
difference with me is I pull that card out every time I go to import video.
So
right.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only time I unplug it. Like if I want to charge the backpack itself, I just use because most of the time that's what I use. I use that back door that has the little two open windows where you can turn the mic on and off, so you can have it on and not have the camera on. And you don't have to pull over, open it up, take your helmet off, and all that crap. And I just use that because most of the time when I ride, it's no threat of rain anyway. And then I turn that mic on, and that way I can plug up both pieces together through that little hole. You know what I'm talking about? On the side, on the left.
You
That way
mentioned
you can-
mentioned some delay. Was it delay or some kind of echo?
He's getting echo.
Both.
That's out of sync. An echo, that means you
Echo.
have two sounds recorded
Echo.
and they're not in sync.
Not in sync.
In sync.
In
In
sync.
sync.
Like the band.
In sync.
Echo.
Madonna.
I was waiting for that.
It's a crappy band.
Boobs. Milks.
Milk. No, I won't use a backpack like that because I want everybody behind me to see what I'm recording. So I go ahead and leave the screen on my camera.
Mine don't have a screen anyway, so
You gotta have a PA mounted on the goats.
I don't know if that's legal or I would.
You can always make some sirens or sheep noises.
Tell them it's for educational purposes.
And check out that apron I just posted.
An apron? Oh my! I'm just
I mean, I
afraid.
it's a trap.
I've got the silver. Is that what yours is?
Oh, there.
Mine's
Yep, it's a trap.
Yeah, but look at the title.
Is that it? Is that in
Weird
pounds? That's 13.75 pounds.
What the? Oh,
It's an actual apron.
Yeah,
Oh my
It's in England. They're selling it in pounds, isn't it? Or is those francs? What is that? That symbol?
No, that's pounds.
Is it pounds? Okay.
Yeah, it's pounds there.
The English ought to know. They've been breeding sheep forever.
that's pounds.
sorry, but I like the female army one better.
The female harmony.
Oh yeah, just scroll down to the bottom.
Ah,
Woo! Look, there's a sausage factory, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the GoPro 4 Silver, Marshall.
oh
Right.
my god!
I think I'm the only asshole here that has the 4 black.
Because you're not racist.
well, I think the main reason I got the silver is so I thought if I could use it for other stuff, like taking pictures on a trip if I had it out of the case from the bike and use it as actual camera, even though I never have.
Do you all record with GoPros?
I do.
I thought the same thing with my silver, and to be honest with you, I never used that screen.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish that I had the black, because the black actually has a few better settings. You know?
Does the 4 black have the visual stabilization stuff, or do you have to go to the 5 to get that?
No, the 4 silver has stabilization.
Yep.
Do you have yours turned on?
Yeah.
It has. It has.
I don't even know if I do or not. I have to look at the damn thing.
Yeah, the silver one. The silver.
I got mine turned off to add shake.
I don't think the black has a stabilizer.
And I got it so it automatically leans to the right for me too.
At least it doesn't show your dash all bent over to one side.
Hey.
People thinks I can't remember that far back.
No.
I thought you were talking about my my spotlight on the right hand side.
Oh no! What happened to? Oh well.
Everyone has some. How do you say glass roofs?
Yeah.
I was trying to refrain teasing Matt tonight. I mean,
really?
Yeah.
Really?
Who would say?
He got himself he thinks a decent bike, so.
Oh.
No, he got himself a good bike. It's just it's sad that he got rid of the KLR, you know.
Yeah, I don't think I'd have got rid of the KLR, but hey, I think he'd done better to hand it down to his boy.
Yeah. Then tore apart his boy's bike and sold it in parts on eBay.
Yeah.
No, it's back together. He rode it all day Saturday.
Sweet.
Went to meet his friends at the movies Saturday night. And
heck yeah.
Cave Troll knows the rest of the story where I was at Saturday night.
Where were you at?
Yeah, you showed me a picture.
Yeah, I was hauling it home. Wouldn't start after he got out of the movies.
God.
I was telling you, man, he just needs to put it back together, get it running, and then take it somewhere and sell it.
Well, it's still together. It's still sitting on the trailer. I told him I'm not even taking it off the trailer.
Oh
Get it
my
running.
gosh!
Fill it full of gas and never shut it off. Sell
Well,
it.
we went out there the next day, Sunday. That was Saturday. We went out Sunday. I pulled the cover off of it, flipped the switch on, the fuel pump kicked on, and it fired right up.
Is that fuel injected or carbureted?
Yeah,
That's fuel injected.
Oh, so there's no float sticking to make it.
No.
Yeah.
I believe I know what it is. That wiring harness that runs from the kill switch starter and all that.
Yeah.
It plugs into the main harness down up and under it, under the tank. And I believe that connection is going bad because that's the only thing I done. I went out there and I stuck my hand up in there and shook that wiring harness and it fired right up.
Oh wow.
So I've got to get back into that.
My question is, does he have full coverage on this bike?
He does not.
Tell him to. Because you live in an area with a lot of mountains.
Yep.
And somebody could steal it really easily and take it off for a joyride, you know?
You shoot right on the side, and then send the picture to Mike.
I just put a GoPro backpack and I can't find it.
Does he have a gremlin bell?
No.
Get him one.
A big one.
I'm going to take a magic marker and before it says how sung 250 on it, I'm going to put how sung 2 shitty.
Just write BMW on it.
No, just write KLR on the side and send the picture to Mike.
No.
He'll be fetching those parts in a minute.
Put Versus on it.
I don't know. He said he's not going to ride it. He said he's not going to get on it again, but we'll see.
Or write free to a good home.
Is that the one that wanted to go look at the bolt?
Yeah. Well, he's done been and looked at it several times.
I did that to a 1980 Volkswagen Rabbit I owned. I had this big sign. I said, I wrote on free to a good home, full tank of gas. And I put it on my windshield, left that car running, went into my parents' house for 2.5 hours, just let it idle, and it was still there whenever I walked back out. I mean, this car looked good, and it was like, what, nobody wants a nice car?
You didn't specify the kind of gas you put it in. I'm
Might
sure
have been it.
that was yeah.
I mean, it was almost empty by the time I freaking went back out.
Wait. Did you take the sheep out of the car?
The sheep out of the car.
I keep those in the trailer.
Wow.
I thought the whole flock,
Mike lets them ride up front.
The best one that I've seen, this was, years ago. I'd seen a Chevy Chevette.
I own one of those.
Had a bumper sticker in the back window that said, "Answer my prayers, steal this car."
It's kind of like if you're driving around in a Gulf.
I'm glad I don't have one of those.
Back in '92, I had a Chevette, and I mean, it was ready for the junkyard. The front shock towers were all rotted out on it. It still ran decent, but I called around the junkyard to see how much I get out of it. They said I don't want it. I'm like, wait a minute, your car junkyard, right? They said, yeah, we don't want them. It's a Chevette.
Spare us the trouble. Keep it.
There's not enough. Gosh.
That's kind of like my car.
That's Mats Youngsung.
I can get more out of scrap metal than I can on a trade-in.
It's beautiful. The bike is beautiful.
That's what I'm doing. I took it down to a scrap metal yard. I drained all the fluids right in front of them, and they took it. Yeah.
So you did the most part of the job.
Mm-hmm.
Yamaha. What Yamaha?
No, you take it up, you pull it, drive it across the scale. You don't even got to empty it. They'll take it that way.
The one I took it, they were buttheads.
Did you took the battery?
Around here, you have to take the gas out, the oil out, all fluids out.
Yeah.
Battery out.
Well, I didn't have a battery in it. I jump started it and pulled the battery and left it home.
Oh no, you fucking you're driving across the scale, take it to the other side, they'll drive it up onto the hill and put it where it needs to go.
How much do they pay for a car in those conditions to go down?
Not very much, like $45.
I got like $50 out of mine back in our early '90s.
Mm-hmm. No, but actually nowadays
you get so much per ton. That's how little you get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen.
In Portugal, we still get about 150 euros, 200 euros, depending on the weight, but the average is 150, 200 euros.
And how much is €1 to a US dollar?
Yeah, you're talking American here
now.
What?
It's been pretty much the same.
Did they leave the euro out of it? Say dollars.
Yeah.
You're talking Americans here, dude.
And I did a few kilometers to get there.
I don't have Google on here.
When I was in Germany, the euro was like about $1.50 to €1.
Yeah.
Huh.
No, I think the euro versus dollar when you were in Germany.
Yeah,
I think the exchange is the same.
No, the euro never stood that strong.
Yeah, it was almost
130 somethings ish. 130 ish was, I think it was the maximum that euro went above dollar.
Now I feel bad. We should protest to make the euro stronger.
It would make my trip easier.
Oh my God.
I know when I went to right now it's €1 equals $1.16.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same now.
But when I went to Romania, now their exchange rate, it was amazing.
Oh, that's crazy, 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 Romania. And if you go to Africa, you get that exchange too.
Who wants to go to Africa?
Yeah.
It's too hot
Yeah.
and muggy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a bold, isn't it, Gopher?
Well,
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to go anywhere in there.
where? In Romania?
No, Africa.
In Africa? It depends on the country. You were
Go for that
if
scrap.
you can say.
Well, that's more of the point.
That's classified. The lower Africa, the middle Africa. Some countries are okay, but there are others, man, such richness that they have, such beautiful.
Hey, Cooper, how'd you
countries.
get a picture of my house?
Well,
Overland knows that house really well.
That's Madonna's. No, that's not Madonna's house.
Yeah, it's hers.
Yeah, but
Why does it look
the
like-
new one, that's the entrance. The house is what? Yeah.
It's
But
pressure washing.
it's all changed now.
Like a virgin?
What's that?
Yeah, they have surgeries to fix that.
No, she cannot change the front. Neither the format, neither the colors or the windows.
And
But
she's not supposed to. That is a national treasure over there in Portugal.
Yes,
She's
it
not
is.
supposed to change any of that.
Yes,
She needs
yes,
to stay
yes,
there.
Yes.
That's
It-
almost older than she is.
This house has an amazing view over the line shore. Man, it's so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful. I
How
gotta
do you
go
know,
there
how
and
do you know so much about Madonna's house, Overland?
It's
He
just
visited everyone today.
because I knew the house before she went.
Because they're besties, you just don't want to admit it.
he's actually leasing it to her.
He was over there last night. That's what it was.
Oh my god, I'm having
This morning. Where do you think he's at right now?
That's why he doesn't have any more lag in his internet.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's why he don't lag anymore. He's over at
Put
her
in a
house.
word for me.
Where do you think he got his new eyewear too? I mean,
What you want wear?
Yeah, the Romanian exchange rate right now is 1 Romanian leu to 25 cents.
But Overland, that one video you had, it looked like it was a little bit nipply that day, that morning.
It was cold. They were standing straight up.
A little bit nipply.
My eyes were pointy. But when you go camp and the sun here rises at 5 a.m. in the morning and you're all beat up, and so you need to sleep till 8
It looked
or 9. And if you don't pack one of those, that one is just for joke. I have another two without plain and black that I used to sleep on my tent because you won't get any sleep after the sun comes up. So you need to close your eyes and let it go.
but it looked like you had pink eye that day.
Yes.
I hope you're all better.
I mean, your eyes are really bugged out. I mean,
like the Roger Rabbit stuff.
Were you having like an allergic reaction to something you ate, or
too much milk the night before.
Something sat on my face, and that's the result.
No, if she sat on your face, you'd have you'd have to get penicillin, that's for sure.
sit on your face, you scream, "Help! Help! Help!"
Gynosurfilades.
Camera that.
Troll, have you checked out the sub count on mine last few days? Or no?
Uh-oh.
Huh?
No.
It's 210 now.
Nice.
Woo!
Oh.
Mine's stuck at 69.6. Good number.
No way.
That,
69.6.
that
Ah, beautiful
going
number.
first ride is like 630 views already in like 3
Nice.
weeks. If that, it's probably like 2.5.
See, I shoot for lowest views.
Huh?
I shoot for the lowest views. I want 0 or 1.
I got you beat, Mike.
Huh.
I got you beat lowest views.
Let me check on Marshall.
You've got me
I
beat
have-
on views.
I have a few. I have 5 videos to catch up on Marshall. 14 videos on Gopher, and about 7 or 8 on Mike, and one on Dante.
108,832 views right now total.
As of right now, my average for my vlogs are actually like 20 views.
You have 210.
That's about where they max.
It's weird. Like I've noticed something that you think would be like a hot topic that somebody's really interested in, it won't turn out for shit. Like
And with live streams, you get like 60, 70 hits, 100 hits.
Cave Troll's not far behind 192.
You subscribe to Critical Writer? Did you know that he's Portuguese?
192, huh?
Yeah, we feel bad. We feel bad for you guys.
Gopher's over here hunting Madonna out.
Yes.
I
Sniffing that out.
had somebody sub to me from Portugal the other day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I got like 2 or 3 from Portugal and a whole bunch from South America. I couldn't figure that out for nothing.
You know, a lot of folks check the others' subscription list, and they go there, and whenever they hear something, I have had one of my friends listening to our hangout, to the live stream.
Cool.
We're sorry.
Yeah, but I didn't know. And on the other day, he just called me and said, "You were having a good conversation the other night," and I said, "Where? Conversation? Where did you hear me?" "Well, I went to Dante's live." And you went to Dante's live? Yeah, I went to Dante's.
Ghost anime.
And I said, "I know he's popular, and Dante is a big thing, out there in America, but." And I said, "He's the big giant. Everyone knows Dante." And then he said,
"Everyone knows me."
Yeah. So a lot of them know you.
Dante, let me ask you another question. Sorry to interrupt everybody. On the camera situation where you're talking about he actually gets loose in the camera and that's what makes the jumper crap. Does it ever loosen up enough to where the camera is no good and you have to replace it or no?
Eventually it will.
That sucks.
You have a dual vlog with Motomat, man?
Yeah, it's funny. It's the first.
What the hell?
Like I was crying, I was laughing so hard. It was funny.
I seen it.
Yeah. I'm glad you did.
I gotta check these out.
The first 2 or 3 minutes were just for you, Muslim Mike. You're welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Sure. Anytime. It was a lot of making it, man. Editing the first like 5 or 10 minutes. I had to step away from the laptop. I couldn't.
You left the mic open. That was it.
I hunted Matt down and questioned him, and he said, "Marshall made me do it."
Yeah, he started that one.
It was a lot of fun. The day itself was a lot of fun, but that right there was even more fun.
I say it's all good. It's all good. I got wide shoulders.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's all fun and games till we start busting on people.
An extra magazine.
Actually, talking about busting on people, Gopher, I do want to do that car show video for you.
Oh yeah,
where I go to a scrapyard with all the hoods open.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Oh, please do. That would be so good.
I mean, I think it would be funny but dangerous to take a little kid's toy toolbox. You can get those little things, and go to a car show and act like it's a pick and pull, but don't touch the cars. Just stick around. I don't need any of that.
Some people have no sense of humor.
I wouldn't touch anything. I would just glance in there and say, No, nothing that I need today. Yeah,
Yeah, you start touching an all original numbers matching $100,000 like Mopar or something, they're gonna get a little pissed.
If they can't take a joke, fuck them.
No, they can't. That's the thing. They can't.
They still do the car show up in Elizabeth and Marshall
Oh yeah, there's a big turnout for that every week.
every Saturday.
Providing the weather's good. Yeah.
What I need to do is I need to go attend one of those, leave the bike dirty, and fucking register. Fucking park it.
I need to go up there one Saturday. I've not been. I didn't go last year. I don't think. I'm gonna go up there and get one of those big burgers that Cave Troll sent a picture of the other day.
Oh yeah, that thing was huge.
What place were you at, K-Troll? The one right there by the beginning of the strip?
Yeah, Southern restaurant.
Oh, no, there's another one up there, a little mom and pop place where it's like a little tiny place that barely has enough room for parking. JB's Corner.
Oh shit! I sent Ghost the wrong fucking link.
You know what I'm
Oh, it was on accident for sure.
Hint, Ghost Anime.
There's another one on the right there. It's JB's Corner. Have you ever ate there?
Yeah.
He was hanging on the last.
I'm trying to remember what was the last link I shared because he got that.
No, I haven't.
Uh-oh. Boobies. You got boobies.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, you already saw that?
My magic word.
What did I say? Oh yeah.
How can you see the movies tonight?
Which one are y'all talking about? Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Wow.
But Mike, how can you see the movies tonight?
Oh, God. Oh, that one's kind of weird, but the last one's pretty good.
Here's anime. You have the right link now.
Which one are we talking about?
Click the
Oh,
very
that was-
bottom link, Madonna. It's like
The last one.
almost
She
completely
has
see-through, nips and all.
I don't care about Madonna.
Yeah, it's not a bad gig. You need to look. Trust me.
Oh, I saw him.
Oh, yeah.
Overland, you just take that picture?
Yeah. Overland knows every crease and crevice.
I have a new sleeping device now.
It's called
Motorboat.
I'm making a pillow.
Okay, Ghost Anime. You actually have a link for the chat set now.
Tokyo.
Pacifier on the end of them. Overland.
Tune in Tokyo. Come in Tokyo. You reach me, Tokyo.
No, we cannot hear you. Go away.
God, I hate this new update that Android did.
What? To what? YouTube?
No, to the phones.
They did?
What did it change?
It changed all the icons. It changed my chat app.
Oh, you updated the Android in itself.
YouTube has a fairly kind of update where it looks a little different on the bottom.
The logo's
notification that says mail and crap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We have a ghost in the house.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Ghost.
Mate.
I'm lighting the sage up to scare you back out.
I'm waiting for him to become a film star.
Hopefully.
And we have a new
Oh,
link.
that's interesting.
There's Cycle Cruiser and
Oh my
side
God.
chat.
Oh, come on. That's me.
Horrible.
No.
And Troll, who's that with you?
Oh my God. Is that for real?
Oh, it just don't look like her because she wore a t.
Ghost Anime.
That's just a shame.
Yeah, I can't eat that. Like I did. Like I need.
Oh no, you wouldn't have
boxes.
been able to eat all of it.
Huh?
It looks like she has two corkscrews on.
I couldn't even eat all of it at the barbecue place. I don't know how y'all put away that much food and not like throw up.
I'm fat.
No.
Who
The
isn't?
right terminology to be PC politically
Who
correct is
isn't?
we're pleasantly plumped.
Yeah. I'm fluffy.
Or healthy.
I'm just cute. It's not my fault. I usually say that I'm always in shape. It's the
my
round shape.
God. Wow. Carl, you need to click on that link that Donald just put up here.
I only get. Oh my! Oh come on! Come on! Oh come
Oh
on!
my god! Oh, I can't unsee that.
Oh, that's really gross. Come on!
Oh my god!
Oh, I just went blind on one eye.
God damn it! It's on now, Gopher.
Oh, come!
What did I miss?
That's some saggy titties.
Oh my god!
Okay, Gopher, it's on.
What does she have in her pocket?
No way! He just won, man.
Oh god!
He just won,
Oh, my
Dante.
ribs
It's
hurt now.
impossible to come on.
Oh god!
Hey,
no.
Gopher,
No.
where'd
Oh,
you get
God.
the picture of me?
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh.
Oh, my computer screen just melted.
Oh, and it keeps coming. Oh, well, not so bad. Not so bad. Not so bad. Man.
Bad. That's bad.
Oh. Oh god! Oh. Whew.
Man.
Oh no! I'm afraid to click on Dante's now.
Yes, me too. I'll give it a try. I have
well,
one
that's
eye.
not that bad.
Make you thirsty, doesn't it, there, Overland?
Oh, what the-
Yeah,
Oh god!
make me want to suck on the TT.
Oh god! Oh, it's terrible.
No, it's not. It's warm.
No. You need to click on Donald's bottom one. There's a top.
You should click on the little thumbnails on the side. There's another one.
I think she got a little
come
sunburn
on.
there.
Oh god!
Come on, black my eyes. Whoa, come on. Man.
I think I'm going back to my Android device.
Oh my god. She just bent it over the stove. Oh, she was doing pancakes or something.
I was just thinking,
What the heck?
poor girl.
She fell on the oh my god. Someone pounded her against something, fresh paint or something. Oh,
Two ATVs is hollering, share.
oh shit.
No.
Really. You the one
God.
Come on, believe us. You're the one that's
Oh god, no.
it's too awful.
We
No, from Gopher.
Can't share those pictures.
Oh,
It wouldn't
bad
last.
kitty cat. Oh, no way. The other one. No, come on. No. This is, I'm just.
Oh
I got-
god! Oh,
And they just keep coming. Oh my god. Oh, go. What the fuck? What? Is this a person or a cow?
oh. That's all I was gonna say about the kitchen one with a saggy.
Caring is caring. No.
Oh my god.
Here's the burgers we had at that place.
She's followed two
it's
pins
crazy.
from the bowling. Oh. Please stop. I don't want to throw up.
Throw it, Marshall.
Two
Oh,
HB,
God.
type in saggy titties and
I
under.
tried a vape hit while I tried to look at something. It didn't work.
Man. And hey, Cave Troll, and they said the apron was weird.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my!
I told you.
Ain't nothing on the saggy.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm in it to win it. So if Donald wants to play, man, we'll
Well, I kind of backed off because The ones I'm looking at now, I don't even want to put up. You know that's got to be bad.
Wow, they have spider webs. Oh my god.
Bandit Nev.
Oh, poor girl at the beach.
Hey, Nev.
Oh, Bandit Nev. Let's change the subject. Let's change the subject.
God.
I've been into anime for a very long time, so none of these pictures bother me whatsoever. I've seen worse.
Good going, Nev. Good news so far.
Oh, Nev is there. Buddy Nev.
He's in the chat.
Do me a favor, Ghost Anime, and with all your film stuff,
What?
restart up Dead Man Wonderland.
Restart it?
Yeah. You ever seen that anime?
No. I know what it is. I just never got around to watching it.
It's actually a really good anime. Just they only made one season of it, and it's like pissed me off.
Yeah, they tend to do that. If it's the studio, I think it is. They are notorious for making one season and then taking their sweet time, like 5 years until another one.
I got a question for you, Troll. Me and somebody at work were talking about the other day.
Oh,
TV
Nev
shows
just
and stuff.
left there.
Have you ever watched Westworld or no?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Do you like it or no?
It's a little rough getting into, but it's. I mean, after they start actually getting into it, probably about episode 2 or 3, it starts getting better.
See, I don't like you. I don't have HBO because I just have that Roku box and Sling TV. But I noticed today on Google Play Store where you can like subscribe, like you can to some stuff. Like I'm subscribed to Motor Trend Television, and that's how I watch a lot of my car shows because Sling TV doesn't have Discovery on there for some dumb reason. So is that how you would do it on Google Play? Just subscribe to it by monthly till you watch it all, and then just cut it off. Because it's only $15 a month, so it wouldn't. And there's 2 seasons on there, so it wouldn't take but a couple months to watch all the seasons.
It's actually, I think it's cheaper to get it.
I don't know if it's that good.
Yeah,
So you're a slinger, huh?
I mean, I have HBO and I've tried to watch Westworld and I can't get into it at all.
Well, I mean that's cheaper than buying like a DVD set at $30. You know,
I wouldn't spend that much to even.
Yeah, but you can get HBO Go for like $15 a month.
That's just for HBO.
Yeah, I mean, but you would get all of HBO, not just the one.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's worth it. Like one thing I've noticed about like the premium channels like that. Like for a couple of months, they'll be really good and have really good stuff on there, and then they'll slack off for a couple of months and they'll just have shit, and then they'll go and and that's when you're like, oh well, I'm gonna deactivate this, and then they'll start back up with having good stuff again.
Pretty soon you might not have a choice about getting packages like that, since they got rid of net neutrality.
Well, we didn't really have net neutrality before it got started in 2008 anyway.
Net neutrality was bullshit anyway.
Yeah,
because if all that meant was that if you went through the right channels, you could still get your fucking favoritism. The internet's been this long without anyone making deals, and you know what? I look at it this way. Service wants to cut some type of deal to get more bandwidth than another company, then you don't have to give that company business if that offends you.
Right.
That's the way I look at it. We do not have to do business with them.
I mean, there's pros and cons to both sides, but the way the media played it out and the way a lot of people took net neutrality was nowhere near what exactly it was. Like they played it out like, it was some, conspiracy thing that we had to have net neutrality.
Okay. Well, they tried to play it out that there was going to be a monopoly. Well, guess what? There's a monopoly, and there was already a monopoly in my area before net neutrality came out. All that did was cement their fucking hole. That's all it did.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, if slippery slope. If it goes down the wrong path, I mean, it definitely could turn into really bad really quick. But considering we are a capitalist or a semi-capitalist economy, I don't think it'll happen because eventually people will just say no, and then they'll have to adjust the prices and everything.
I don't know if the people have that much power.
Okay. Perfect example. Remember when pretty much every provider was pretty much not charging for unlimited, wasn't charging for unlimited data. Basically, oh yeah, just unlimited, pay this, and then it went away. And pretty much the only company that still carried it and didn't charge you an arm and a leg was Sprint. And what happened was, well, yeah, but they're just charging you more of a premium for the shit.
Yeah.
And what they put in writing, they put, well, after so many gigs, we reserve the right that if we want to, we can throttle you.
Which is crap.
What they're saying. They're saying that if you're in a hot area, because that's what AT&T has. Like after like 22 gigs, if I'm in a hot data area, and if I'm well above, if I'm anywhere near that, they'll throttle me. Which it's really hard for me to use 22 gigs of data in a month.
It ain't for me.
I do that in a couple hours.
Well, again,
I believe it.
From the store.
Downloading all that porn.
Yeah, pull up all those links.
I could have 20, 25 computers all running at once for demos and all kinds of stuff. So yeah.
but you're using mobile for your only connection, right?
Well, who we have there? We got Comcast or whoever bought them out or whatever.
Yeah, it's Comcast.
Yeah, that's what
craptastic.
Which is ridiculously expensive.
What? Yeah, it is for business class. It's just stupid. Oh, yeah. I could get twice at home if I wasn't a business. I could get twice to 3 times at home for half the price that I'm paying for, at the store. It's just stupid.
Yeah, I mean that's like I pay $87 a month at my house for Comcast.
Well, you don't have to have business class if you don't want it.
No, but I do. We are that building and stuff. We're a business. That's why I tried to get what the homeowners would pay, and they will not do it. It's a business. It's a licensed business. It has to have business class.
What does that price include?
Well, they're trying to make it switch over to having TV there and all other kind of stuff. And, I mean, I'm getting, it's just stupid. I fight with them all the time.
Do you still use out there the fixed phone?
Well, that's all part of the Comcast.
Yeah, that comes in. You have to.
So it means TV, phone, mobile.
I get the phone and the internet. That's it.
No, yeah, like I have the opposite. I have the cable and internet. I don't have phone, which
don't you don't have fiber?
They send me email every month, basically saying, "Hey, if you sign up for phone, for 2 years we'll guarantee this price. Then after that, we're going to completely rake you over the coals."
Yeah.
It's all the devil's work.
Any fiber that we have in this area, they'll run fiber from the substation to the jump box, and from the jump box out, the rest of it's all copper wire, and it still knocks it right back down to copper speed. So,
well, I mean, even if you have fiber up to your house, you're still going to have copper. I mean, you're still you're still going to have a bottleneck.
Yeah, that's like taking a high-speed Ethernet or the old RJ45 Cat 5 and plugging into a Cat 6 system. Guess what? You still only can move as fast as that copper Cat 5 line will allow you to go.
Yeah, unless you're running fiber in the house too, which
you're all jumped down. So they're only going from the substation to the jump box, and the jump box is a half a mile away from us. So we're running at least a half a mile of copper, and all it does is throttle us right back down, knock the bandwidth down back to crap.
And still, does it get divided by several neighbors? No, or you're the one.
Well, in my plan, I'm supposed to be on a single line to the jump box in my plan, but I can every time they turn theirs on next door or on either business on either side of us, I can watch it I can watch my signal thin down.
No way.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you notice in your contract it says
Up to.
you're guaranteed like say 25, only 25 gigs out of 100 gigs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's stupid.
They always say up to.
Yeah,
Possibly.
up to is when it's not busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always busy.
See, that's the plus side about where I live is one, all my neighbors, they're all older and dirt. So nobody has internet.
So you're just hauling ass.
I almost would take offense to that. Almost.
No, they got you beat. And so hardly anybody has internet around here, and then if they do, they're not using it like I am.
Yeah.
Not even on the phone.
I live close enough to a major shopping center where they just put in all new equipment and have had its own box put in just for it. So it cut down. I mean, it was hell while they were building it, but it cut down the bandwidth a lot. And so now I have no problems.
Yeah, the only option I have where I'm at is either cable or DSL.
I still use smoke signals.
And DSL before Verizon sold the DSL network here to Frontier, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Since Frontier took it over, basically they're just wanting to just collect money. They're not wanting to update the infrastructure or nothing.
Right.
And the couple houses I've been to that's had Frontier I've connected, and it's almost dial-up.
Oh wow!
I mean,
I'm still trying to figure out how DSL is it still around, because the technology is outdated.
Yeah,
and then two, because I know here we have CenturyLink.
Yeah, shit.
And at my old job, we moved and went from a fiber connection, and it was going to take them too long to get the fiber connection moved over to the new building. So we had to go with CenturyLink for DSL. Well, they came in and they used 4 bonded pairs.
I'm sorry. Okay. Do you get the DSL by dish or by cable?
No, it's POTS lines is what it is.
Yeah.
It's
phone lines.
Okay.
Yeah, all RJ11 lines coming in.
RJ41, yeah.
But what they do to get you, I think it was they guaranteed 25 meg per line.
Yeah,
and what they do is they bond, 4 or 5 POTS lines together to get you that 25 meg.
Yeah, but you never get that all the time.
Oh no.
I mean, you're lucky to get maybe 2, 3, 4.
Well, we did, but where we were, CenturyLink, the office was the next block.
Oh,
our building, and then the road, and then the CenturyLink building.
so you worked super close to your house, and then when you went to a new job, you had to 20-minute commute.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
It takes an hour to get through security.
Is it too expensive to have
That's because he enjoys it too much.
a hotspot to buy a hotspot and use it? How much would you pay for a hotspot?
But most of the hotspots here, they don't offer unlimited.
Yeah, and they only work a couple weeks, and then something happens.
You can always exchange.
Let's see. Right now, the biggest thing they're trying to push now, they're trying to push public Wi-Fi at some of the bigger cities.
Yeah.
Well, see, Xfinity's been doing that though.
Well,
there's
a difference because I have that, and I have my account, and pretty much anyone that has an Xfinity or has a Comcast modem, Xfinity modem, or a cable box, because the cable box sends the signal too.
Yeah.
Your phone can connect to it, but the modem will send the signal. But if that subscriber doesn't have internet attached to it, you're connected. I won't tell you there's no because like there's been times where I'll show full signal out in the middle of nowhere and I'll connect this as no signal because they got cable but they don't got internet.
Yeah, because the modem they gave me originally had that double, had that separate open line, and I was like, I ain't doing this.
Yeah, I have that same modem. Matter of fact, they got it set up in such a way that you can't put your own modem onto it. It won't work.
No, but you can get your own cable modem and hook up to it instead of using theirs.
Yeah.
And that's also how you get around them being able to track how much data you're using.
Well, they're not capping it yet.
What kind of service do you have? The 3G or 4G?
Well, for
5G?
For phones? 4G.
Yeah.
It's 4G.
4G?
1/2 G.
You have good service?
Unless you're in a rural area, then you're going to drop down to 3G or...
Okay.
Or you're in my office and you drop down to 1X.
Sorry.
Walls are too thick down there, Cave Tro.
Yeah.
I mean, like...
And I'm in the IT room, so they got me in the back of the bus.
Yeah.
When you ride the back of the bus, boy.
They could tell when Cave Troll's on the phone. You hear all that tapping. Tap, 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 tap.
Those are the fingernails. Banging on the screen.
I thought we agreed.
That's the Geiger counter on his chest.
Plus Raven's going to be joining here. We got to clean it up.
Uh-oh.
No, we don't.
Clean it up.
Better start deleting a whole lot of those.
I look serious.
I didn't put those up. That's not me. Somebody else hacked my name.
Well, since she isn't here, she ain't going to see it.
And my goggles are not my goggles. Those titties were not mine.
Well, no. Seriously, like unless she's been in here the whole time, now this is going to show up. So,
but he's going to be accessing the links.
If she's going to be going to bike nights, trying to pick up a biker guy, to get used to this kind of humor.
She needs to woman up.
Got to toughen up just a little bit.
Copy these side chat links and paste when she comes in.
No.
Do I smell some? You blackmail? Is that
it? I do know your fears as far as the what the hell is that?
It's Mike for sure. It's Mike.
I do know your fears as far as the net neutrality stuff, though.
Oh, I don't have no fear.
I fear everything.
As long as Pornhub doesn't get slowed down, I really don't care.
Just switch over to X videos.
I'm like the goal was. I'm only afraid that the sky will come up on me by two tatis. So, who's joining?
I sent her the link, so.
I'm just afraid of gophers.
Mrs. Peaches had a close encounter last week, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's all bent at us because we got a thumbs down on that video. Because
hey, Mike, you still out there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
What video did he get a thumbs down on?
What the crap is that?
I feel good.
Excuse me.
Someone is doing the thief.
I'm sorry, who said what?
I said, what video did you get a thumbs down on?
The live stream from last week.
Really?
Oh, on the stream you got the thumbs down?
I think Miss Peaches got bent because I took her wrench away because she put Shoot the Moon in timeout.
But she did have something with that what was her name? I'm sorry. The other girl.
See, if you would take a wrench from me, that's okay. I got plenty more in my toolbox.
Well, I mean, I can understand why Peaches kind of thought she was trolling, but she wasn't. Again, like I said, Shoot the Moon was one of the ones that's been around clear back when I used to live stream before it got this regular. I mean, she was around for almost every one, and
Yeah.
I understand what she might always talk about whatever we're talking about, but again, she wasn't trolling. I just kind of wish that Peaches would have came and said, "Hey, I think she's trolling," and say, "No, that's just how Shoot the Moon is."
Man, I must have ate something bad earlier.
Yeah, I read it, what she wrote, and I'm still trying to figure out what was so offensive about it.
Yeah, me too.
But then again, I'm a dick, so.
I don't know if
I
she
disagree.
had some private message between the two or so. I don't know.
Well,
That's another thing too. You two took away the private messages altogether.
okay,
Oh.
straighten up. Okay.
So
Nah, we're not
there
straightening up.
comes the missus.
Hey,
Hey,
girl.
Raven,
Delete,
click on
delete the links. Delete,
Well, hello, Raven.
delete the links.
Just remember, I can delete it.
We'll
Heidi,
delete the links. My
What are we
God,
deleting?
She's gonna see it.
Check. Raven, look at all the pictures that are on the side chat.
There's
scroll
nothing you
scroll
don't-
up about 3/4 of the way and then start clicking.
Okay, are we talking on the YouTube or the?
No, on the chat.
Guys,
In my defense, I just got here.
Don't try to drink or eat anything while you look at it, though.
no, listen. She can only see from when she's joined.
Oh, well, let's copy and paste.
Oh, so no.
Copy and paste. I'm going to delete it.
I don't know what these guys are talking about, Raven. I really don't.
Neither do I. I just got here.
Everything that gets pasted was all Overland.
I did it.
It was mostly Donald. Don't let him lie.
She knows I'm a pig. It's all right.
I'm rebooting.
So anyway, what are you doing Friday night?
Dante's sitting there with his mouse over the delete button. I know what he's doing.
He just doesn't want to let her see what he put up.
Oh no, she can see it. I don't care, but I'm
so sure he's sending the links on Facebook. I'm so sure, Mr. Dante. I know you're doing that.
No, I'm not actually.
Whoops. Oh, come on. No.
You ain't afraid.
You didn't CT. No. What did he? What?
Children.
Oh,
Yeah.
funny.
Oh, Geiger
But-
counters.
Oh, it's fucking. It was funny.
Yes, we were talking about Geiger's count.
Yes.
Don't they make you wear one of those pins, Troll?
Yep.
Okay, a little rab meter.
Yep.
You working by radiation, huh?
Yeah.
Every day.
Piss in a bottle once a
Yeah,
month.
Doc, my urine seems to glow brighter at night than it used to.
So what happens if you start coming back too
No,
positive?
the wife thinks it's great. We're saving so much on night lights.
There you go.
I mean, do you get like a vacation for a while, or
Yeah,
what?
he gets a few days off.
Yeah, I mean, well, if you get too much, then you can't work around it at all.
Yeah, you got to go. You could because
He
it
gets a
doesn't.
few-
Remember, it has a 99-year shelf life.
But then again, I
Yeah.
never have to worry about going through radiation if I ever get cancer.
True.
And you
Yeah,
still do,
yeah.
unfortunately.
You're burning the buggers out.
I'm
So
not
if you ever-
actually
if you
supposed to
ever
get
get
any more X-rays of my head because I've had too many.
You gotta come and do some camping with me because I need to charge my batteries in my power bank.
I was say, you get too much, you just hook your house wires to your ears, and
I'm
Yeah, well,
just
you-
figuring where will I plug.
So,
your anus.
so who's the person being exposed to radiation?
Me.
Troll.
Okay.
And
Do
tell
they ever
by the
make you take
picture-
chelating? Do they ever make you take chelating treatments?
No.
To cleanse your blood.
Look at
It's-
his thumb. He's
What
already
about
bleeding. Come on.
iodine pills? Do you have iodine pills you got to take, or?
Well, the iodine is to flood your system with good iodine so you don't uptake the tainted iodine.
Yeah, it's to protect your thyroid.
There's different types of radiation though. Like I work,
Yeah.
like where we work, we have depleted uranium. So you really don't have to worry about most of it unless you ingest it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, just don't swallow it. I'm telling you right now, it ain't fun.
Yeah,
Depleted uranium. Is it being turned into slugs?
Pretty much.
Well, what kind of slugs are you talking about?
Armor piercing.
Yeah, I was going to say the kind that possibly have a sabot wrapped around them.
Yeah. Those are the ones. How many do you need?
I just got here. I'm not.
He can only get about 4 out a night.
I'm with Mike. I'm just shutting up.
What ghost post?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Here comes the blackmail didn't work. Ah, no.
That's nothing compared to what was being posted.
Yeah.
See, Overland still scarred from it. The kitchen pig.
Well, the good thing is at least we know Ghost Anime is a fellow Fallout person.
Ooh, Geiger counters. Did you ever read the thing about how to build a Geiger detector with pieces of drywall and a jar and strips of foil?
Nope.
I got plenty of them at work. I don't need to build.
Yeah, well, this was in one of those. This was in one of those things called. It was a book called Pulling Through, and I can't remember the author's name, but it basically told you in a story format how to do how to improvise a number of things in the event of a big change in the world.
It's the one that grew up around Chernobyl.
Raven, look at the group you're talking to, and you talk about reading.
It's true.
Well,
I don't read those word things.
I'm pretty sure that there were pictures too.
Oh, okay.
Well, I read
we couldn't color them.
Come on. I read. But I prefer Braille.
If we can't color the pictures, then we're not interested.
I read once. It scared me so bad I never went back.
I'm an IT guy. I just watch YouTube.
I'm offended by that.
I'm like the blind guys. I only read Braille
I can color inside the lines.
with my hands. Inside the lines, so now we know the smart guy in the group. Now.
Color inside the lines, outside the lines, around the lines. You know.
Oh God, I'm afraid to click on gophers. Oh,
I'll just color the lines.
Oh Jesus.
Oh,
God damn it,
Gopher. I didn't know you were watching.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with that anti-radiation treatment right there. Nothing.
Well, the weight isn't
If the radiation gets too high, that right there will keep you down.
Oh, way worse. You have no idea, Raven.
And lo, the weight did rise.
Like my ribs are gonna hurt.
Listen. If you find a man that can rise that weight, you better hang on to him.
I believe he's in Japan, and his name is the Great Lifto.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a home record.
It's a sumo fighter.
No, he's just this guy.
That's a fucking home record.
So
That guy's name is One Hung Low.
Yeah.
Oh,
every time he goes to get it up, he passes out from loss of blood.
I don't know one thing, guys. I changed the moto mat, both mats. I changed the oil for the first time in that Subaru of mine. I usually just do oil changes, simple stuff myself. And that oil change in that car was the biggest pain in the butt I've ever seen in my entire life. It wasn't that it was that bad. It's maybe because it's Japanese, I guess. I don't know. But literally, you know how usually when you go to take the oil drain bolt out of a car, especially, it comes out relatively fast at first, you know, and then it kind of slows down and you have to wait underneath the car for 2 or 3 minutes, maybe longer. No, not that one. All the oil come out of the pan, all of it within like a minute and a half.
She left Gopher, please.
I was not ready for that at all. I had like the pan kind of closed and it had a bunch of those like soak up rags luckily around it. Yeah, I made a huge mess.
You know, the drain plug is just one plug. It's not 15 different bolts going around the pan.
I'm serious. It literally literally come out like an inch and a half round of one oil drain bolt. I shit you not. I bet you I've changed 200 oil changes on all the cars I've had over the years. And I've never had one come out in that big of a stream. I was like, oh my God.
Well, I just figured maybe you had a bad day. You just decided to all them out, you know?
No, but it was bad.
How low can you go, Gopher?
Oh no.
You guys are terrible.
I'm afraid to click on this last one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God. Oh,
He's really working on the wire.
It ain't right.
Oh,
No, there's a little left there too.
He just left. And she gets back.
Who just left? Raymond's like, I'm getting up.
No, she's still plugged in, but she went to the fridge for sure.
Probably went to the fridge to get a beer after looking at this. He's already scarred from it.
Get some milk.
Milk.
Wait, an 89 Yamaha Genesis 1000. Wait, I've never heard of a Yamaha Genesis.
A what?
I don't know how many times, Marshall, I've gotten baptized by transmission fans.
The Genesis is the whole.
No, I mean, but this is just old.
Is
old
the
FZR. But it's literally come out like.
I had one. The Genesis. I had the 600, the FZR 600, and the 1000.
I gotta look that up.
Like I looked it up on YouTube just to get an idea of what I was working with.
Okay, that's okay. That's a nice bike. That's a good looking bike.
Man,
So,
that was the fastest bike then.
And literally, when the guy did it on YouTube, just like a regular guy, he, like a small, maybe a 2-gallon bucket you use to like wash your car yourself at your house. He used one of those, and when he went to go take it loose and held that all the way up by like the oil drain bolt thing, and then stuck that up there with one hand, and with the other hand removed the bolt till the worst of it got out of the way, and then lowered it.
Kazakhstan, is that what he said? Kazakhstan?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, go to the channel.
All right, be right back. Gotta put the kid to bed.
No content.
Oh God, this is
sure.
It's a troll.
Yeah, he is. He's gone now.
Troll. So he's be our
Troll.
He's got the picture of fucking what the hell's his name?
It's the Balzac. No, the Balzac. Not the Balzac. It's the
Borat.
Borat. Is it? Yeah.
Borat. Yeah.
Oh God.
He's back. If you want to blame someone, you know who it is.
Borat. What the fuck?
I'll deny him 5 times, isn't it? Or 3 times, like the other one.
And that means you're no longer married to him.
Yeah. We were married. We were married.
If you follow the law.
And then Dante, another thing that was weird too is it actually uses a crush washer like most bikes do that you're supposed to replace every time you change an oil, which makes tightening up the oil drain bolt feel weird because you're like, it's not tightening, and you're afraid to do it on a car, to get it to where that actually crushes and actually tighten. On a bike. You can kind of tell because you can see it better. I was just like, okay, and then eventually it
had in the past, but all the cars I've had always had some type of crush washer.
Had something with a crush washer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had a car with a crush washer in the pan. But like that Subaru, man, it's like
then you're lucky you never had a leak, dude.
Yeah.
What?
Every car I've owned cars from the 80s to the 2000s, and they've all had some type of washer.
Yep.
A lot of them were metal.
Until after I got done with them, then they didn't have it anymore. But yeah,
everything I've ever used, it just has, like a built-in washer around the bolt, and that's it. Nope, not this. I mean, I see the idea of it, but it's still
yeah. But that washer she says built on that's meant to. You don't have to change it, but it's meant to be changed.
Well, I mean,
only if you change the oil from the bottom.
Well, they say, like on my bike, when I change the oil on there, one time I didn't replace it, and the one time I didn't, I got to work that day. And by the time I left that afternoon, there was like a cap full of like a 20 ounce. Like,
do you what kind of washer do you use? A bronze one or a metal one?
Maytag.
A crush washer.
What?
Really?
Well, Dante's repaired that day.
Come up with them quicker, Mike.
But I just thought it was kind of weird.
I mean,
because it makes it feel like the bolt doesn't want to tighten up. Like you're like, okay, you need tighter, and I'm gonna strip it.
I mean, on a bike, I've reused a crush washer before. I mean, Christ, the oil change I just did, I reused that crush washer because I didn't have one. I've never had it leak.
But it's a weird sensation on the car versus on a bike because
it's the same sensation though, man.
Yeah, but I don't know. On a bike, I'm not terribly worried about it if I was to screw something up. But on a car that I just bought and paid almost 20 grand for, I'm a little timid.
Dude, on a bike, you're screwing into aluminum. A car, they should at least be sheet metal. Mm-hmm. Some of the new ones.
It depends on the cars from 2000. They're aluminum too.
But I mean,
it depends.
I don't have a car.
Yeah, most
cranked on there because of the crush washer either. Because when I paid attention to how much really force was behind it to break it loose, and there was almost hardly nothing.
Yeah, but again, you can change an oil pan on a car motor. A bike, you fuck that up. That's engine case.
Yeah.
Unless you get a self-tapping oil plug, then you just have it self-tap for you.
Yeah,
I'd tap that.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, we were warned to keep things civil around here.
Yeah. See, Dante? See?
She's worse than us. And I got jealous this week about Raven. Because she mounted another guy's... Oh, sorry about my English. She just mounted another bike. Didn't you?
She was riding somebody else's bike?
Yeah, she rode some Magna that wasn't a Magna.
Oh, yeah, I've been riding.
No, I remember something. Come on, I got so jealous.
Oh, how soon they forget.
Well, you're talking about riding someone else's bike, and I didn't understand what you meant at first. That's my friend's bike. He's trying to sell it. He just had heart surgery, so I've been taking it around the bike nights.
I wonder why.
Yeah, well, I think his girlfriend might have an issue with that.
We're not telling her.
We're not telling her. Did you tell her?
Hello, this is live and it's being saved on YouTube.
Nobody watches this.
Come on.
Excuse me.
Nobody will catch me here in France.
It's not like anybody in Portugal or Ohio, those foreign places.
Yeah. Oh, if Moon over in the is Moon over in the YouTube side chat?
Moon.
What?
Yeah, Moon.
Dante would know, but I don't see her.
Oh, okay. I know you're talking about that.
It's gone pretty stale over there.
Yeah. I'm playing along with you, Dante.
No cops over there.
Well, that Moon after midnight or whatever her name was, I'm going to be up at Mid-Ohio.
Oh, fine. Drive right by me.
Yeah. Just tease on Gopher. You know how it is. He has a poor heart.
Drive right by me on the highway. Just going to drive right by my store. And
Do you want me to stop and throw a brick in your window?
Do it.
No, I don't think my mother would appreciate that. She's the owner of the store. I just keep her company.
Do you want me to stop and leave a lit bag of doggy poo on fire?
Come on. Do you want all the rest of us to leave?
You can do that only if I get to watch you put the poo in the bag.
Oh my God! Come on! Oh my!
Well, get a shovel, go find some, horses or a dog.
Hey, Dante, don't you have a private room of chefs for those two?
However,
I'm so jealous.
I do have something bike related to show off.
Okay.
A show off? Did I get that right?
You need a minute.
My English is poor.
Oh God! Really, Donald?
Hang on.
Need a minute to put it on or take it off?
when I came home, when I was headed home today, I saw a FedEx truck going the other way. And I thought, gee, I wonder if they dropped anything off at my house. Ha 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 ha. And guess what I found on the porch?
A package?
I found 2 packages.
Oh.
A big box, and on top of the box, a smaller box.
And neither of them did TikTok?
Burgers came in?
Come on, stop teasing. What was? What was it?
Hang on. Give me a second. Let me figure out where all the pictures went.
Just got to unplug them first.
Are you wearing one of them?
Oh my God.
No. So I can also show you pictures of how my 2 bikes fit in the garage at the moment.
Yeah. Oh.
I want to tease people about all the crap they have in their place.
I want to see that replicating saw.
Well, right now I've got a tile saw out in the van.
Tile saw?
Yeah. I need to figure out how to get the blade off of it so I can get another one, because I think
you really want to cut diamonds, don't you?
Well, I want to cut beer bottles.
Oh, okay.
Beer bottles.
You putting lights in beer bottles, or are you making bongs out of them?
No, I figure that beer bottles, as she pulls out the thing,
Oh God!
There.
Whip it out.
Beer bottles.
When in doubt, whip it out.
If you cut them off about that tall, they make and figure out a way to finish the edges a little bit, or at least knock the really sharp stuff off. Those would be excellent usable water dishes for my snakes, for my baby snakes.
Have you ever seen anybody cut those with a string and set it on fire?
Yep. I was just getting ready to tell her that's how we used to do it way back when.
Yeah, and I've tried that in the past and had limited results. What I figured I would try to do instead was, I know the people who do earth ships.
Yeah.
When they do those bottle, the ones that let light through, they take 2 bottles, cut them in half, stick the 2 halves together, put tape around it, and then they insert that in the wall.
Yeah.
They use a wet tile cutter, wet tile saw to cut those.
To cut the bottle itself?
Yeah, what they'll do is they'll take.
Well, a lot of people
take the bottle, they'll cut it like here, and then they'll take another one of the same size, cut that one there, and then they'll take the 2 halves. They'll take the 2 halves. Yeah, the 2 halves, and put them together and make one long, like a foot long. That'll go through one of the walls when they make the walls out of mud and garbage and all the stuff they pack into the walls. And that way it lets light through, but not necessarily a lot of temperature, not air and cold.
Okay, now you've dodged all the way around the packages.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you're the one. That's the ones that asked. And geez, you wanted to know what was in my car and all this other shit. All right. Let's see. Is there a way for me to open? I should be able to open multiple windows.
Oh, oh, come on, go for it. She's worse than you.
Where's it? There it is. Okay, make the size a little bigger.
Oh God.
Oh,
okay.
Come on, we're all having a stroke here.
Sorry, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to be difficult. Honest.
Isn't it just like women? Anticipation. Just hold you to the last minute.
Hurry up and wait.
Anticipation.
You're ready to go. 6 hours later, they're still putting on eyeliner.
4 days later.
First things first. This is my garage. I've managed to squeeze both the VF 500 and my Magna in there. It's a tight fit. I need to take care of some things.
Is that a sandblaster?
Yes, it is.
Well, there you go.
It's a blasting cabinet. It's a really crappy one.
You can cut those bottles with that too.
Not really, not this one.
Oh.
Besides, I don't have a compressor right now.
Oh.
Now down at the Hive, we've got a very nice cabinet. that I could probably use to polish the edges on the cut glass.
Well, all you need is sandblasting medium, the steel medium, and you just drop a little pile on a steel plate, put 1 drop of water on it, take the glass, turn it upside down, and wiggle it back and forth.
Yeah.
That'll roll the edges right off of it.
Okay, now let's see. So
Does the red bike already rides?
Woohoo!
I did not mean to do that, sorry.
That was a trip.
Yeah, the red bike is the new one. The yellow bike is Buzz, my old one.
I know.
Got them shoved in there kind of tight, but
does the bike already runs? Did you treat all the stuff?
I haven't gotten it to the bike shop yet, but it is starting. It is running. In fact, I started it before I backed it in there this evening.
Oh.
And now, how do I make this
fast?
What?
I'm trying to. I'm trying to figure out how I. Where the hell? There. The other thing. Let's see if I can get this to
go into the lights.
Push that thing that says next. That might be what you're looking for.
There.
Oh my god!
And oh my god!
Yeah, well, you guys are.
Come on.
But I'm bumped.
You're on live. Oh, zooming in.
You're on live.
And share. Location window. There we go. I got this in the mail. This is I got the mounting plate for the license plate on the bike.
Ooh.
Universal tail tidy. Yeah.
Yeah.
The tail tidy.
You sound like the penguin from Batman.
I like the tail tidy.
Yes,
okay. And they gave me a booze voucher. How cool is that?
Wine voucher. $100? Nah.
Yeah, you got 30 days to do it, and you gotta buy wine.
Online?
Yeah. You gotta buy like a case of wine. So
just get the big box of wine.
Well, it says $160, so you still gotta spend
$160 purchase. Oh, come on.
So you gotta spend at least $60 in order to get $160 worth of wine.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, guys.
And
go for it.
This
Did you
is the other thing I got.
Oh, you got
I got your saddlebags.
Yeah, I got new saddlebags. Finally found a place that has some that look like my old ones. The only difference is that these don't have the cabochons, the little shiny cabs all the way around the edges.
Looking things.
Everything else.
The chrome things.
Yeah, the little studs.
You mean the rust catchers?
And that too.
Yeah, it's Ohio.
And, yeah, but they appear to be the same size.
Those look sweet.
Yeah, and let's see. Going in the right direction.
You can pack all the wine into those saddlebags and take them to SCMM. Give them out to everybody.
Well, that's a thought. I'd make lots of friends.
For a minute.
You know what you do is you give them lots of wine, and unless it's the screw top wine, if it's the kind with a cork, you make sure you're the only one with the corkscrew. But I think, am I going the right direction? Nope, need to go the other way. The one thing that's a little different about these bags.
These are the old ones, yeah.
These are like my old ones, but this one advertises a gun pocket.
Woohoo!
A gun pocket?
I have one of those.
That's what that is. That's what that supposedly is.
You got a gun in your pocket?
Yes, I do it all the time.
Yeah, I thought you were just happy. Sorry, I'm sorry.
And you come down on us.
See, that's one thing I like about those new riding pants I've got. They actually have a belt loop on there, so we're concealed carry. I can use my regular holster if I get like a thinner belt that'll work with it, those pants, and I can still carry just like I did if I was in the car.
I just put a better jacket on.
My saddlebags come already filled.
You can put 2 boxes of wine in there.
Cool.
How much was the bags?
These are
I
what,
think
20 liters?
I want to say that they're
30.
there's like a
Nah,
first time purchaser, first time buying discount of like $10 discount, and they were like 79.
You got a first time buyer discount on Revzilla?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, they,
Something like that.
they gave me one when I first bought when I bought my first helmet from them.
Yes, maybe because you went over a certain
$1,000
value.
Yeah, but I've never got that.
If you go over like $100, they give you a discount.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you go
if you
every
go
100 bucks,
above,
$5 back.
Hey, if you go to Iron Pony and buy over, it's either 100 or 150, you get a T-shirt, which is kind of cool.
Iron Pony don't sell it.
Why did you
Go buy a new
exchange
bike and you
the
get 3
side bags?
T-shirts.
Why
Yeah.
did you order these ones? To
That's
put on the top
okay.
of the other one?
That's like one of the biggest
No, hers
and,
went bad on her.
in the U.S. Overland.
It's like
I
most
could
of it, you
sort
go
through the
buy,
pictures, but they've gotten road rashed. Like there's road rash on both sides, and the outside pocket. See if I can go back. Not that far back. The outside pocket. This outside on the very. That one on the one side, when I back into the garage, keeps getting caught on something, and it finally just ripped. And considering that they're like 4 or 5 years old at this point, you know, they've seen a lot of sunlight, they've gotten road rashed and everything else.
Do you rub them
You know,
down with Beadman's leather treatment?
They're not leather; they're plastic.
It doesn't matter. They're
like leather.
Well, they're more like a pleather.
Yeah, the Beadman's leather treatment and
It's
stuff will keep all
synthetic
kinds
leather.
of material very soft.
I use KY.
Oh God!
Yeah.
No, I do really.
You know that stuff will spoil after a while, right, Mike?
You're thinking boy butter. That's a totally different thing.
Oh,
Yeah, really, Crisco is not what you want to use.
Famunda butter. Famunda.
What about if you use Vaseline?
No. Petroleum
Now
will
you're
break
talking.
down.
Extra virgin olive oil.
Olive oil will be okay. Natural, biodegradable. That'd work.
Yeah.
Baby lotion.
That's what I use on my leather riding coat is extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah,
you should use.
just don't put it on real thick because if it can turn rancid if you're not careful.
No, I just like just a good once over.
Yeah,
my leather stuff I use mink oil.
Yeah, but
doesn't mink oil rot the threads?
Yeah,
you have to be careful. You have to remove it after so long.
Right, mink oil will build up and start to decay.
Yes.
Yeah, that extra virgin olive oil just soaked in the leather.
It's more of a hassle to use mink oil because you have to keep removing it and then applying it, you know, periodically. But I'm used to it because I grew up with it, so it's not a big deal to me, you know.
Yeah, Beeman's oil is a mixture of different bio oils and stuff, natural oils, and it's purified, and then somehow they treat it so it doesn't decay, doesn't start to get rancid. And I used it on all of my leathers.
That's BEEMAN?
I think so, yeah. Let me see if I can find it.
Do you know the beeswax product?
I have used beeswax before.
Yeah.
We try not to disturb the bees because they're all dying.
Oh, God.
Metallophilic oil?
Metallic.
Does that sound like it?
Yeah.
MP5 metallophilic oil product? No, this is air gun oil.
Are these side bags waterproof?
They're supposed to be, according to the description.
Because those side bags, those small bags, don't seem to
Hey, Cave Troll.
be that water friendly.
On that video link I sent you, watch what I was talking about the guy with the bucket and how much oil comes out. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Well, those bags look bigger than mine.
Be right back.
See you, man.
I think
that was convenient timing.
12-liter, 50.
Hang on, I'll find. I'm gonna get the link to the bags I got.
How do you plug those bags to the bike as a self?
They just. Are you talking about how they sit on the bike?
You can put them over the seat or under the rear seat, either one.
Put them under.
And well, the way mine seat are badly, so I'm going to work out a better solution.
Don't you have some kind of frame to hang out the bags?
You have like little saddlebag that just keeps it off the back tire.
Yeah.
Well, not exactly.
You don't have the rear guard.
If you don't, then
I don't.
up.
Well,
so where do you
and that's
support
one
the
of the
bags?
things that's happened with my first set of bags because I listened to a Harley rider who said it was okay if they sat on the pipes.
No.
Hey, just
well, he's an idiot. So.
Apparently, he was
got
a Magna.
Let's put it this way. There's a reason.
He was married.
My bike. There's a reason why I have those rear racks, like to keep the bags away.
Well,
Yeah.
And what I have right now is I'm going over the seat, and I've got an extra foam spacer to help lift the yoke up a little higher because I did all kinds of shit trying to get my old pair to hang right. And I know what I'm gonna do to fix this pair so I don't have that problem.
Do you use some straps on the bottom?
Why don't you just get the actual brackets that you're supposed to have?
Yeah.
Because there's not an adapter on these to hold those. If you're talking about on the bag, the saddlebags themselves.
But they connected on the top, aren't
It's
they?
universal. All it does is keep it off the tire and off the pipes.
Yeah, it doesn't sit.
Tied to it, those little.
Well, send me a link to what you're talking about, and I'll see if it's what I think it is.
Even though a Honda Magna is an older bike, my wife's bike, when she still had hers, her Honda VXL, she already had them on there. Just tie the bags to them, put them underneath the rear seat, good to go. Keeps it off the back tire, keeps it from flopping, everything.
And still, do you use some straps?
It's like on Cave Troll's bike. Same thing. It's just a metal frame that keeps the bags from.
Actually, she could make something.
Yeah.
That would do the same.
I mean, you can make it even like 1/4 inch off thread or something.
I wouldn't use.
You're not going to see it unless the bags are off anyway.
I mean, you could make something, but I mean, they're not that expensive.
Yeah, like 50, 60
Well,
bucks.
again, point me at them, and I'll see if they're what I think they are.
Let me look them up.
Because what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to find
a rectangle of frame.
Here, right here. These.
All right, let me just.
My saddlebags don't even close to my tire and stuff.
Like, and all they do is they just push it out, so it doesn't touch.
To prevent the bags to touch.
It doesn't. The bags don't actually sit on them. Like like if you had hard bags, you would need one where the bag actually sat on it. But like soft bags, you don't have to have.
Well, on the inner part of those bags,
no, those are just saddlebag brackets. I've got those.
No, all they do is
show the picture.
There's little like shoestring looking things on the inside of those bags, and you tie those shoestring looking things to that, and that keeps them in place.
Yeah.
And even so, sometimes you have to use some strap on the bottom, just to give to stop some movement.
Yeah,
Overland would know because he's lost enough bags.
Those are just saddlebag brackets. They don't.
Yes,
I don't know what you're thinking they do, but I don't think they do what you think they do.
Oh yeah, because they're on my wife's bike. Yeah,
they keep it off of the.
Look at that picture right there, where it says Cobra Saddlebag Protection Bracket. That's how they mount, and you adjust them underneath the rear seat on where the majority of the bag will sit up against that, and then you tie little shoestring things to the metal frame.
Yeah.
They're locked down pretty solid.
That's actually what used to be on my bike before I switched it back to the older style.
Right.
Frame.
I have something like that, and that doesn't help.
Well, you
I'll-
might
I'll
want to see if
come.
it fit.
Well, then you've got the wrong ones on there because if you got the ones made for your bike where it has enough angle to come out, then they won't do that.
How do you prevent the bags from hitting the tire and the chain and stuff?
By using
That's what the brackets are for.
Using that.
The brackets will keep them from swinging in and getting and interfering with the wheel or the chain.
And the exhaust.
And the exhaust.
Oh,
See, I throw mine over my trunk and just tie it on the rack.
Let me find the link. Oh, by the way, have you guys seen that Honda's now basically using the Grom engine in like 3 different bikes now?
Yeah.
The Grom's a 125.
Yeah.
Probably used
There's now this thing called the Monkey and this other one called the Super Cub. Or
the Monkey's a very old model.
For quite a while though.
The Monkey Honda is an ancient model. They just made a collector's edition of the Monkey.
Yeah,
and it has a lot of
but
value, the Monkey.
It's that same little Grom engine.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to see a monkey? You watch my video of the Storm Riders. I'm riding one, just for fun, playing around with the guys. That's one Honda Monkey.
That just ain't right.
Hang
on, I'm still trying to find the link to my.
That
Well,
monkey.
that's like one of the first like mini pit bike dual sports, pretty much.
Yeah. Those bikes used to come. There was the trail, the TT Honda, and the Monkey used to come inside the Civics,
right.
The round ones. They offered the bike to whoever bought a car.
Right.
Gopher's too quiet.
Oh, I'm just hunting. I think the Beeman company got bought out by somebody else. I cannot find what we used to use.
I thought maybe you were hunting for monkeys.
No, I found those.
Hoo, hoo, hoo.
That's a howl, not a monkey.
Dilly dilly.
By the way, I also did my good deed for the day on Sunday.
Oh, please tell us.
That doesn't count.
Well, I went to meet. Well, there's a couple of things. I went to meet somebody for dinner.
Oh,
Online.
You're full of news today.
Yeah, well, I rode the Magna because it's like I'm gonna do that. And he mentioned, I'm gonna be on. He says, well, I'm on. I mentioned something about no AC, so I might be sweaty when I get there. And he's like, that's okay.
That's
I'm gonna be on 2 wheels.
You're amongst sisters. Come on, spit it out.
He pulls up on a little 50cc scooter.
Oh Jesus!
Get your motor running. Did it do it for you?
Did it do it?
Well, I find out that the reason he's on a 50cc scooter, he says he likes it. He rides all the time.
He's an alcoholic.
He does not have a license. He does not have a driver's license.
Yep.
Yeah, but you still need a license to drive at least a 50cc scooter.
He has a motorized bicycle license.
I like my scooter because it makes my hands feel big.
That's just like in Tennessee, Dante. At 14 years old, of course, it's a special limited permit license for it. But at 14 years old, somebody can ride up to a 125 on the road, but they can only ride within a 25-mile radius of their school they go to.
At least he didn't say he was on his
Anyway,
bike.
Well, anyway.
You see how my bars are in the rear? There's straps on the back of my bags that actually strap it to those racks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But these bags don't have that.
Yeah,
it's okay. I'll figure out a solution. I've got a couple of ideas.
Well, it's a different bike. Your exhaust comes from the bottom, isn't it?
I've got exhaust on both sides.
But it comes from the bottom.
Yes, it's down low.
That makes the difference.
Yeah, these are big ass. These are big ass saddlebags. But the link in the side is the link to the
They sure look bigger than Dante's.
Well, yeah. I didn't pay near as much as she did.
Yeah.
He's a lot younger too. Good time.
I didn't pay near as much for mine as she paid for hers.
Dante's a kid.
Oh.
You're on a rampage, Mike, to that.
Yeah. So anyway, after I had my dinner
Tell
with
us
him,
everything. Yeah.
I go out and I decide to take the long way home because on Monday I got a wisdom tooth pried out of my head at the dentist.
Not good.
Well, it's better than what was starting to happen.
But
It was
you're
going
riding
bad,
the Magna.
And I go out and I kind of go out along, part of 128, and I end up on Harrison Road coming back in towards Cincinnati. And it's it's nighttime now. It's gotten dark.
Hello?
And I see a car on the side of the road. It's got their flashers on, and I'm like, okay, they're blocking the lane, and they're blocking the curb lane. There's two lanes. There's 2 lanes each way. And I go around and I see 2 bikes. So I was like, okay. And they're looking at the one bike's off to the side, a real big thing, and they're all right. So I'm gonna stop and see if there's anything I can do to help. And turns out this guy is here. It's we still got it's still dusk. There's still some light in the sky.
Okay, you're just braver than you should be.
Oh, you mean when I did this?
Yeah.
That was
it's a pretty. That section of the road's pretty well traveled. There were 2 bikes in a car there.
Yeah.
And turns out this guy on this great big 900+ pound Harley had dropped it and had nicked one of the hoses going to this little oil cooler in the front.
Oh, I see what they got. On those bags, Raven, are there like little like eye rings on the corners?
There's little D rings with strings on them.
Yeah.
Yes, there are.
You tie
those were the straps I was talking about.
You tie them up somewhere high to up.
That's one of the things I've done with the current set. Sort of. There needs to be something better.
I mean, outside of getting maybe smaller bags, they don't hang as low.
They usually have an adjustment on those type of bags. They'll have like Velcro, and that way
not that one. That's a stitched cross up there. That one, those.
Yeah, it's an overlapping yoke, and with the old pair, I tried. We spent part of an afternoon trying to get those bags to hang right, and I even took the yoke and drilled new holes in it to get a further overlap.
The way her bags are made, they literally could be thrown on a horse and used on a horse.
Right, but
the horse probably wouldn't like the hard corners.
You could still take Velcro on either bag and take up slack in the strap, too.
I could do what?
Put Velcro on one side of the strap of the bags it connects them to. Put Velcro on the other side, and then like fold it in like a fold, like fold a piece of bread, and then have it like Velcroed like that, and that would take up some of the height.
Well, this also has to fit underneath the seat if I want to actually have them under the seat and not over.
Or you could.
I would throw them over the passenger seat. Actually,
holes in it and run some leather strapping through it.
Because that's all. Because the straps on mine, the top strap, they just run over top of my back.
They are connected on the top, right?
If you look at
cut them though.
If you look at the more expensive, bags similar to that they have on that website, they've got some where they specifically mention that the back of the bag, the side towards the bike, is made out of a rigid plastic so you can do a hard mount. These are not. These are the same kind of leather stuff.
It says allow at least 2 inches of clearance from the seat to the pipes. I think it might just be a case you just need to get smaller bags so they don't touch.
No, I'm going to come up with a better solution.
It depends on the back on the rear fender.
Stop. Get them to cut the strap where you need it and resew it.
Yeah.
Something I did, I poked holes on the inside, and put some rope and tied them to the support brackets from there so the bags wouldn't flop all around the place.
Zip
Yeah.
time.
Let me see if I can pull the picture out. One of the guys on the Magna fan club group, I looked at his bike and I looked at the things. I said, if I didn't ask before, where did you get those bags? Because they look a lot like mine, and I haven't been able to find a replacement set for a while now. And let's see, I'm pretty sure he had a close-up.
Could do like muzzle Mike, just ammo cans and 3-inch bolts.
And washers.
No, I have saddlebags.
Okay, his solution. Let's see if I can copy this.
Oh my God, that was
Matt, I actually do have saddlebags. They're horse saddlebags, and I throw them over the top of my trunk and tie them on the rack for extra storage space.
And then you put a big rifle on it.
That goes across my back.
I've never had hard saddlebags. All I've had were the soft ones, kind of like how these are. That's what I've used on all my road trips so far.
This is what this guy did for his.
So he pretty much put bars on the bottom.
Well, and he also put these big standouts. I kind of don't like how far out he came, but then he put these little forks underneath.
You had to put them that far out so the bag wouldn't be touching that spring.
Yeah.
I had the same problem with my Sportster.
I mean,
touching the spring.
After my
I think on mine they might just barely be rubbing it, but they don't seem to interfere with it. At least the current bags I have.
After 2 weeks on the road, my bag rubbing on that little spring, I was eating a hole through the saddlebag.
Yeah, I've been riding with these bags on the bike for, well, trying to remember. I guess I got it in. I don't know if I put them on in 2014 or 2015. And
So his saddlebags, are they soft or are they hard mounted?
In his case, okay, let's see if there's a better shot here.
Hi, Sarah.
You haven't answered me. They are connected on the top.
Hey.
Hello, Sarafyna.
Hello.
Hi.
Sorry, you're talking saddlebags. I had to get in here.
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah,
they are connected. Yeah.
Everybody just buy a Versus and get the LT model, and you sell
Here it goes. Here it goes.
Did anyone see Ron C's update on his bike video show and his rear bars?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I got dirt rack bars and they look nothing like yours.
Oops.
Yep, oops.
Okay.
And
what I managed to do.
And come to find out is the ones I have are made for soft bags, and his are just the guards.
Are those the bags you just bought, or is those the ones you currently have, the ones you had in that picture?
On the yellow bike?
Yeah.
Those are the ones that I currently have on the bike. The pictures I'm showing, the pictures I showed earlier, are the new ones. These new ones are not. These new ones have just arrived. They're sitting here in my living room. In the.
Are they the same size as the ones you have on your bike currently?
They appear to be. They're big ass bags. If you look at the link,
big for that bike.
Big.
Yeah, I've had somebody tell me that, but you know what? I don't care. I like them.
Well, the problem is getting them to mount correctly.
Well, yeah, and what we were talking about earlier was the solutions this guy did with his. He put spacers out and then had a bar that came down with two little forks that came out underneath.
Yeah, but
so they can't sag down onto the bag, onto the. I don't like them sticking out that far, but
have you considered looking to see if if they actually have a soft bag mount for your bike, because mine had like an actual rack that would make sure that they stayed away from the pipes.
I have not seen anything like it. It doesn't mean it's not there. It's just I've not found it. When I look up things like saddlebag brackets, I see stuff like the Cobra brackets and whatever the hell the ones are that I've got, which might be Cobra brackets on mine. I don't see anything that actually has a ledge that sticks out underneath the bag so that they can't sag down onto the pipes.
Mine doesn't have that, but I meant like it's what you it is you tie them like with a, you know how they usually have a string on them. You would just tie them to like a looped rack. Usually that works.
I'm not going to trust that shitty little D-ring and those cords to hold up the crap I.
Well,
they'll rip out.
The thing about it is you don't really have to have it sitting on anything like he has unless you're going to be having a crap ton of weight in there.
Yeah.
Then, that's what the piece that goes underneath your seat.
You're supposed to hold that.
Is what supports that weight and keeps it. The brackets is what just keeps it out away from your
the swing arm.
Yeah.
And trying to get them to fit under the seat was a little bit tight, and I could not even drilling new holes in that yoke and relacing it. I could not get them to hang properly.
Is that on your bike, Ghost?
No, I just found it on Google, but it looked like a pretty nifty thing to do.
What?
Link.
There's a link in the side chat.
There you go.
Another link.
Yeah.
The builder.
That's a little bit kludgy, but that works.
You won't see it.
That's redneck ghetto.
If you plan to never take the bag.
Oh, that's too much elaborate.
Well, like I said, the more expensive version of these bags, there's like a $170 version of these bags that has a stiff backing material on them, so you can hard mount them.
But
you
hard mounting
just have a loop there. There's nothing for you to mount to, really.
Yeah, hard mounting just means you have the type of back saddlebag frame that has the little things that come off of it that go through the bag and lock into place.
Right. My friend has Viking saddlebags. I watched him put them on.
Yeah.
And basically the more expensive version of these saddlebags has the back made out of more of like a plastic sheet instead of leather.
Yeah. This is some of basically hard bag.
Some of them are made out of Kevlar.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, that's kind of the idea. I was thinking something a little bit more elegant than that,
but this is a rigid one. It's a hard bag.
Raven, are you still part of the hive?
Yep.
Why don't you just weld something up yourself?
Well, currently I don't know how to weld, but that is one of the ideas.
Ask Sean. Sean would help you with that.
Well, I've seen so little of Sean lately because he's apparently been home dealing with his AFib issues.
Yeah,
he quit the hive, and I don't know what else going on. He still has my heaters and my extension cord.
Oh, for goodness sake! Well, I'll remind him. I was talking with him earlier. He's not doing too bad today, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried because I've heard so little from him that I don't know what's going on.
Raven, did you see the link I just sent? Now that's a hard bag, but
that's a hard bag.
But what you can do is you can put a piece of metal on the inside of yours to mount to, so the holes don't rip out. Drill the holes.
Yeah, I could get a chunk of wood and put it on the back side of the thing, or I could get a plate or something and put it on the whole back side of the saddlebag. There's a couple of different ways to do it. I just have to figure out which one.
That bracket is the one I was actually talking about too, because I got one of those for my my V-Star, but I don't use it because I have different and interesting types of bags. Harley Road King ones, the ones that look like leather bags but are actually hard bags. Yeah.
But I mean, then pretty much, take that off. Use the holes for your mounting points. You know, so you can run your drills through, just get longer studs.
Well, I've seen the Viking, the hard mount kits for the Viking. It's basically a jointed. How do I describe it?
But those ain't
three pieces of metal, three pieces of bar stock with pivot points on them, so you can, since they're hinged, they'll fit any bike just by moving them in and out till they match the holes.
But you don't need that. You said you already got the loop that fits. All you need something is the inside to hold it tight. Then I mean you can have those bags ride as high as you want.
Yeah, actually, that if you go a little further down that related images, that's not exactly, but that looks similar.
No, but the bags you got ain't Viking bags, right?
Was what?
The bags you have are not Viking bags, right?
No. The way the Viking bag, at least the ones my friend had, they're 3 jointed pieces of bar stock with joints.
Yeah,
it can't
but
be that hard to duplicate something similar, or work with the brackets I have and just come up with a different solution.
Yeah, but that's extra. You already have the brackets there. You just need something to. You just need backing so you can use the existing bolt holes.
No, there's no bolt holes on my brackets. The only bolt holes on my brackets are the ones that go into the frame to hold the bracket on.
Yeah, that picture I sent you, that's exactly what those bolts would go to. They go through those bags. They go through those hard bags, through the bracket into the bike.
But how do you manage the piece of fabric that connects the 2 bags? Because if you put them 2 apart, the fabric won't cover the whole distance. How do you manage that? Is it adjustable?
Well, they're not adjustable, so she's gonna have.
These are the yoke on my bags I've got. The yoke I've got it's 2 overlapping pieces, and then there's lacing through the holes between the overlaps. So they're laced together, and you can adjust that lacing to match. The problem is I can't get it tight enough that it can support it, that it will support and fit underneath the seat.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm looking for. Where's the picture?
Fantastic. So my friend just messaged me. He's like, make sure you take your tire off your V-Star tonight so I can take it in and get the tire replaced. Fuck.
Front or rear?
Rear.
No.
That's a little bit more of a pain.
Yeah.
Is your V-Star chain or belt?
Those are shaft
Shaft, yeah.
What's involved in disconnecting the shaft?
Yeah, but those are put.
Don't know. Never have done it. So this might be interesting.
Do you have a do you got a center stand?
I don't.
Or do you have a lift?
I have a lift.
There's still a center axle that goes through that. The only difference is there's going to be a drive side of the wheel that goes into the hub.
Yes, I'm just not sure if I'm gonna have to. Hopefully, I don't have to remove the frickin' pipes like every other thing with this stupid bike.
The biggest thing you're running into, does your fender go down?
No.
The way? Or is it
short? It's a short.
So the wheel
comes
through the back.
What I will probably have to do is I'll probably have to remove the saddlebags, at least one side.
Yep.
Which is easy because it's just 2 bolts. But getting to the calipers might be fun.
Time to get up.
No, it's time for me to take my antibiotic. Well, this is not a great image, but this is...
I don't want to take my tire off. I'm tired, damn it. Okay, I gotta stop whining.
Just have to take the whole bike in again.
I just.
But the tire doesn't hold any.
Huh? My tire? Oh, you know what though? I was really hoping to go out there and do a burnout with the damn thing before I did my tire. I'm gonna tell him no. It's not. I'm gonna take the bike out tomorrow and do a burnout. Don't even care.
Take a camera.
Yeah.
Doesn't count unless you film it.
I know, right? I mean, realistically, I probably shouldn't do that because knowing my luck, I'd end up. Yeah, knowing my luck, I'd end up in the nearest. Well, I told people I was going to try it with my wheel up against a wall.
You bend the shaft housing, and then you really will be in trouble.
Yep. Maybe I should just not be stupid.
Those are big ass ammo cans.
Just remember to film it.
I think it would be too noisy right now to do it.
Are you in Cincinnati or up in Canada still?
Still in Canada.
Oh, never mind.
The last time I heard of someone doing this, oh my god, it was so adorable. This guy went out and he's a Harley rider, and he went out and he bought his daughter this like micro Harley type bike, a super cute little bike for her. And he was in there working on his bike in the garage when his wife walks in and she's like, "Talk to your daughter." He's like, "What?" He gets up and he walks out and looks out the door, and she's doing a little burnout.
I've seen that video.
No, this is the person I know.
Well, I've seen a video of that happening.
Let's see a link of that.
She was like super young, like 7 or 8 years old, and he walks up to her and he's like, "What the heck are you doing?" And she looks at him, she's like, "I'm being like you, Daddy. I
learned it from you.
I'm just following the example."
Yeah, and the funniest part about it, he's looked at her and he's like, "Honey, I did that with old tires. Those are brand friggin' new." Oh yeah. When he told me that, I just was killing myself laughing. I'm like, it's what you get, buddy. And the funniest part about it is his name was Harley, and he was riding a Harley. I'm like, really? Oh, come on.
Yeah, there used to be some joke about teenagers that are doing burnouts in their cars. Burnouts means they don't pay for tires. Their parents do.
Yeah. You know what that proves? Proves you don't buy your own tires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a.
I used to do it on
retreads. Tom, isn't it? I think. Anyway.
I think it might have been
on the bike.
So if people look in the side chat and see that link I posted to the hard mount brackets, it's a kit, so you can't really tell too well, but it's like 3 pieces. Yeah. And they just, because they're hinged, they'll adjust to whatever the distance is on the mounting holes. They're not specific to any brand.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to make it any different than what you already have.
Those are exactly what you have. If you have the saddle.
No, I don't have those. I don't have the hinged ones.
No, if you have just the ones that are already bent and everything.
Well, the way those are set up, I think you can go through each of those holes. You go through, so you actually have 4 points that are going through into the saddlebag. But again, these bags don't have that kind of, they don't have that stiff backer. I either have to add one or come up with a different solution.
Well, it sounds like you should have just went ahead and spent money that you're going to end up having to spend modifying on better bags.
Well, if I get frustrated enough, I can just throw them over and do what I did with the current ones. I mean, they've lasted several years that way, and as long as I don't drop the bike and road rash the hell out of them, I'll probably be okay for a while.
Yeah, but that gets expensive.
Let's see, $60 or $70 every 4 or 5 years. I'm okay with that. I mean, it's annoying, especially since I wasn't able to find another set for so long. But now that I know where to get them.
Yeah, but looking at this kit.
Well, we were talking before about different ways to creatively mount things. This is one of the ways you can do it if you've got something you want to mount, like those ammo cans you were showing the picture of. If if you wanted to hard mount the ammo cans, you could use that mounting system.
Yeah,
I'm worried about those ammo cans are just using the top 2 frame bolts.
They might be, but if you do, you're putting a lot of flex on that sheet metal. If you don't put some kind of reinforcement behind it.
A lot of people don't put a whole lot of thought into that, but
I never think of that stuff.
They're gonna flex. Oh yeah, I never finished my story with the bike on the side of the road. He'd nick the oil. There's an oil line that goes to a radiator down low on the front of the bike, and he nicked it. And so these guys are all down there trying to figure out how to patch the oil line or fix it in some way so he can limp the bike home. I contributed a quart of oil out of my saddlebags to the cause.
Woohoo!
I did my good deed.
You go.
Sorry. Oh, one other thing I got. Though my friend actually ordered this because he messaged me saying, I'm doing a parts order from wherever the heck it was. I have a new switch for my front brake lever.
Ghost Anime has a cat.
Yeah, I was going to say that explains the ears on his helmet.
No.
I also have a dog.
Yeah, hey, wait, I don't got a cat. Wait, I got a cat. I don't got ears on my helmet.
No, but you got hair that stands up like a cat on your helmet.
That's not hair.
It's close enough. It's really thick hairs. Yeah, that's it.
Well, that's like my wife found. She was reading this article, and it was like the differences between dog owners and cat owners. And it was just going down the list of like who was smarter, and, what each animal represented with the person. And I'm like, what about the people that don't give a shit about animals?
They eat them.
PETA, people for the eating of tasty animals.
You're not that mean, Cave Troll.
Actually, I can't stand like house pets.
I love them.
That is a very, very tiny little, and it's that chain's really loose on that thing.
Well, it's a stretched swing arm too.
There's my new bike right there. Oops, it didn't. It stopped. 1 second here. Whoop. Why is this thing showing? Go away.
It's nice.
Oh,
good.
My wife's cat's an asshole, by the way.
Cats are.
My wife's is too.
The next thing to do is I'm going to be trying to see about getting it covered in black and then putting pink decals on it. So it matches the gear.
Is it black already?
Isn't that sweet?
It's red.
What's wrong with red? Red ones go faster.
Except for the fact that they don't match my gear, so everybody's looking at me like I'm crazy because I ride around in a pink gear with a red bike.
Matching gear is so Power Ranger though.
But it's
Well,
fun.
you could take a red marker and make all the pink red on your gear.
Fuck that shit. Cheaper to cover it. I'm not gonna do a permanent one. I'm just gonna do a wrap. Who's snoring?
I'm probably Overland.
Yeah.
Overland!
Oh.
Hi, how you doing?
Just came back from the dead.
Overland, by the way, you never did get back to Sean about how you wanted to.
Yes, I did. I sent you two messages.
Well, no, but he sent you an email.
Yes, and I answered the email.
You know what? I'll have to ask him because he stated yesterday that he hadn't received anything back from you. So
No, but I did on the spot.
Okay, I will message him.
Thank you very much again.
Tell him to turn on notifications on his phone.
I have no. I did see the messages. I had one on private messages, and then I saw the mail. email, and then I answered both of them.
So you answered the email. Okay. He hasn't seen it. That's why he hasn't gotten back to you.
Check his spam folder.
I'll have to have him
Be
check
careful. There's someone very anxious to receive that.
Yeah, definitely. Because we would neither he hadn't heard from you, and he hadn't heard from the other guy, and he's like, I don't know what's going on.
I know. I heard him searching for me on. Is he a subscriber? Is he a subscriber? Hell yeah, I'm a subscriber. I watch your videos.
I know. I told him you were.
Yes, I heard.
He's goofy.
What the hell? Another link.
Boom.
What
I love this bike. It makes taking photos so easy.
Oh.
That's something I never do. I never remember to do. Is stop and
look
take a
at that
picture.
bun. No way.
Uh-oh. What happened with what's in this link?
Little kid.
Raven.
Pocket bike went out. Beautiful.
Bullseye.
Bullseye.
Yeah, oh goodness, that is Power Ranger. Except I have to say she's a lot skinnier in this action figure than she was in the TV series. Just saying, and she didn't have nearly as big of boobs. Just
No,
saying.
she didn't.
Not even close.
But then again, they're based off of the Asian model.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
And the Asian ones, they stuff their bras, so.
That also wouldn't surprise me.
Horns I've seen that have some pretty nice tits.
Pink boobs does ring me a bell. Those
Yeah, no,
pink boobs.
every time something catches my eye, I try and take photos.
That's funny. You mentioned eyes and boobs at the same time. She's not getting what I'm saying because she didn't see the video.
No, I didn't watch the video.
You didn't watch the video.
Did you watch my most recent video? It was so. I actually was sitting here watching it, laughing because I didn't even remember the conversation. Sean apparently thought it was funny because he left it there.
Oh. No,
You was laughing most of the time.
Yeah.
Me? Yeah, I was laughing. Holy crap.
Hey, yeah, go for the link doesn't work.
I know. I'm trying.
Yeah. Every time he talks in that like British fake accent, it flays me every single time. I can't. He knows that if he wants to make me laugh, that all he has to do is act like. That's why we call it his Sir Berg voice.
Oh. You gotta start watching Fat Boy for 7 foot.
Nope.
Oh my God! What did I do?
Yeah, no, I got some photos from today too. I'd ride with a Goldwing Riders group.
You should get your bike wrapped like this.
Uh-oh.
I like the Gopher's links better than yours, don't you?
Power Rangers!
Yeah, I was gonna say the Pink Ranger, the Pink Danger. Whoa, I mean
that might be a little bit much. That might be a little bit beyond what I was thinking.
What the?
This is what happens after road rash.
That ain't even close to what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Oh,
speaking of, I was watching today at work. I watched during lunch. I watched a link to Star Blazers, the first the opening credits song, because they were talking about Trump's space militia that we're going to have.
Woohoo!
Space Force. Little Space Force.
You signing up for it, Troll?
He's already been exposed to enough radiation. He should be fine.
You know how far out we're even from?
Oh, I was about. That's a KTM. Oh man, that's disgusting. Oh man, he ruined the bike. She ruined the bike. Oh man.
I've seen that before.
That must be a crime, a public crime.
That's very Japanese.
That's
very
very
Japanese.
Come.
It's very
Japanese
pink.
anime.
She carries a teddy bear on her back. Oh, come.
Yeah, but go over too and look at the cat car.
You know, I've seen that. Oh God, no.
Is it
Wow.
for pizza delivery? No. Well, I gotta say this, but it does resemble a gopher. Come on.
I was going to say that's a good waste of a Volkswagen right there.
Oh my God.
There's a 73 to 78 Beetle sitting under that thing because of the curved windshield.
Yes, I was, but I think it's
You sure it's not something else, like some newer kind of little hatchback or something?
Nope, that's a Volkswagen.
Or a gopher.
Okay.
Or a gopher.
The 73 to 78 is when they curved the windshield like that. Prior to that, in 72, it had the flat windshield.
Herbie.
Yeah.
Herbie.
That's more like Herbie. Here, I don't know. So good as shit.
Oh my gosh! And then if you keep going over, there's someone. Well, actually, let's see if I can show you this. What happened? What happened there? Why?
Now what happened?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. Someone really likes pink.
Knowing people, look, I know people who do SCA, and I know people who are doing equestrian activities. Dressing up your horse is a thing.
Oh, I know. I used to do it too, but never pink. I dressed my horse. The last time I dressed my horse up, I dressed him up as Zorro.
Well, I've put a lot of stuff on my horse, but it never looked like that.
No, that's pretty terrible. No, I at least made mine look cool because he had a belt on, he had a cape, he had a little Zorro hat, and he even had a little sword stuck out of the belt. Oh yeah.
And he had immense amounts of patience for putting up with all of that.
He even let me get on his back and ride him around with it. So
yeah, I was gonna say the amount of things that horses put up with from humans is amazing. Well, I keep seeing updates from this girl who's got a gypsy vanner.
Oh,
I just hope you would say that with a serious face. Oh my God.
Say what?
I like dressing on my steak. Yeah, my horse steak.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's never gonna happen.
What?
Well, actually,
you don't eat
horse meat
horse?
here in the U.S. It's just not.
No way. You don't eat horse steaks?
Yeah, they have restaurants here that serve horse meat.
I refuse.
Oh my God! I love
the squid thing's
horse
a little
riding.
disturbing.
No.
One of my favorite hobbies is horse
rider.
riding, but
Horses do not belong on the plate. They belong in the stable with other horses.
But what about when the horse is old and
That's even worse than eating them when they're young. Because then they're
You just got to cook them in a crock pot, slower. Tenderize.
And if you add the hooves in to make glue, that'll stick to your stomach. Yeah.
Oh my God! The next thing you're gonna say, don't eat deers.
Oh no, the deers are definitely delicious.
Dogs are tasty.
Because deer cause way more deaths
too, and so are goats.
Do you know that out of all the people getting killed by animals, deer is one of the highest offenders because so many people get hit. Like
there's too many of them.
There are. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
But a horse is majestic.
Just like horses.
They put up no. Horses are treated like slaves.
Horses are stupid big dogs.
They are way stupider than dogs, for sure.
Pigs are smarter, and we eat more pigs.
Pigs.
That's because they're delicious. They're made out of bacon.
Yes.
Hey, horse meat can taste good too.
You know what's better? You know what's better than bacon?
Uh-huh.
What?
More bacon?
Yes.
Actually, one of the things they've got here in the store, you get this chub. It's called bacon ends and pieces, and oh my gosh, it's good. It's all sort of like I guess when they're trimming up the bacon to make the nice sections that they stick in the packages. These are all the leftover bits.
Oh man, Sarafyna, go back a couple of pictures.
I need some 3D glasses, I tell you.
Which one are you laughing at?
With the fact that it kind of vibrates?
What?
No,
What are you talking?
That's her seat.
Beautiful picture.
Which
She has a vibrating seat.
Yeah.
what are you
Oh
talking?
my.
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I need the red and blue
You
glasses.
missed that whole conversation, Overland.
Oh,
I'm
I'm so
confused.
glad I woke up.
What
It's
picture
okay.
did you want me to go back to?
Oh, that one.
This one here?
The one where you're just standing there.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just standing there.
Yeah, some random lady walked up, and then when she saw me close my visor for the picture, she's like, "Okay."
Wait a minute. Almost there.
Oh my
Alrighty.
Oh my god.
Alrighty. We're done.
Y'all with his curves.
My god.
Yes, you called.
No. I didn't say my goddess. I said my god.
Bob. My Bob.
My Bob. Mike knows it.
It's Bob.
It's Bob.
Just when I was about to tell a joke about horses, and then she comes up with this beautiful picture.
Yep. I got lots of photos.
What a beautiful sky.
Like my mom, these are actually photos my mom took years back. I love the way she's honestly, I love the way my mom her eye for photos is amazing.
She has a good camera for sure.
We'll pass over that one real quick.
Hi, how you doing?
No, it wasn't that kind of a photo.
Whoa, was that gopher? Another gopher.
It looks like a family reunion.
Yeah.
There you go. It was Biketoberfest around here.
Or any Friday night down by the store.
Oh, that's Matt. No.
This dude here, when Mama asked to take his photo, and he's like, "Sure, you can do that." And then his friend starts riding by. We gotta go. He's like, "I gotta leave, ma'am." She's like, "No, you promised me a photo. Stand there." And she got a photo.
Sweet.
There's a photo I took. That's on top of the Smokies. Back there, you can see for miles.
That's a rat bike. It's not really a rat bike.
No, it's not a rat bike at all. It's
something.
It's a cruiser. It's just a. See how it's got these big Road King bags? Yeah, there's the Road King bags. So half the people, because they see the Road King bags, they immediately assume it's a Road King, and I'm like, there's no way. It's a freaking Yamaha V-Star wannabe, but it's a beautiful bike. I love it.
All you gotta do is look at the motor. You can tell what it is. The degree rake on it's different.
Well, and you look at the gas tank. It doesn't have the double caps. It also has a typical V-Star gas tank, like straight up. Every freaking V-Star has the same.
It's a bowl of rice in disguise.
That and look at the front fender.
Yeah.
Well, again, when somebody's looking at you, if they're coming up from behind, they don't see all the stuff you can see from the side.
No,
but if you're coming at somebody head on,
that's not the people.
Rice on the ground in front of you.
That actually, the funny part is that's not the people that say it though. People will walk up to me all the time and they'll walk around it and they'll be like, "What is this? A Harley?" Because it doesn't have any markings on it for brand. Outside of there's one spot on the engine where it says Yamaha. Outside of that, I've taken all the branding off of this bike.
Okay. All right. If anybody walks up to you ever and says that's a Harley, or ask if it's a Harley, I've got to tell you,
they don't know oil underneath it? No.
They don't know shit about motorcycles. Okay.
Oh, I know.
Because
I know that
anybody that can look at that, you can look at that and see that there are at least 8 degrees more on those heads than a Harley. If they don't know the difference between that motor, they don't know shit about.
Okay, you got to understand something though, Donald. That's a pretty specific thing that a lot of even other bike riders won't necessarily know unless they've really been looking.
And I wouldn't have known that. But I mean,
Then-
I know that it's not for other. I have other things that I look at.
Then I'll change it. I'll date myself and say they're not old enough to know the difference.
Before I changed the pipes on my bike, my neighbor, the ones that live in the rental next door, at one point I was putting the bike in or pulling it out or something, and got to talking with the guy, and he's like, "So what is it? Is it a Harley?" Because it was loud.
Everyone automatically assumes
He was just messing with you. He didn't get it. He was messing with you.
Well,
the fact that
he wasn't a rider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was loud, so that must mean it's like a Harley or something. And it also doesn't look like a sport bike.
That's what I mean, though. Everyone.
I mean, Harleys are a classic bike.
Sorry for this comment, Cave Troll, but you can tell it's not. But look, there's no oil puddle under it.
See, that was my statement. Yeah.
See, those types of comments I don't mind because I was there. I know it's true.
And the new Harleys, they don't do that anyway. So
Yeah, no, the new blockheads, and that's like I tell people, I really love AMF. I really love AMF, and I really like the first generation of the blockheads when they changed over. But everything since then is just overpriced bullshit.
Yeah. Those bags really stick out behind your bike a bit, don't they?
Well, actually, they are perfectly lined up with the. If I got a better angle on it, they actually there it is right there. See, they perfectly match the angle of the fender.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I really love the bike. I like all Jap bikes. I mean, I've had Suzuki, Yamaha, Kawasaki. I've had everything. But my point is, I don't know, maybe, like I said, I'm just old when they come up and go, "Oh, look, a Harley, that's a nice Harley." Oh, shut up.
At that point, I'm
Don't
almost.
you feel like the actual Harleys are incomplete bikes?
Oh, I don't like the new ones at all.
Oh.
I mean, I mean, they're great. They ride great. They're not bad. They're just overpriced. They're just not that costly to build.
Yeah, you know what? I keep buying the tickets for the new Harleys when they do the draws, and they ask me, "So what are you going to do with the bike when you get it?" I'm going to sell it and buy 2 good bikes.
Do you know how many Magnums I could buy with that?
I said, like, I honestly, with that money, I could pay off the crotch rocket, and then I could go out and I could buy Sean whatever bike he wanted.
Oh, you're going to get him a bigger scooter?
You know what? He likes his scooter, and I'm never going to try and get him away.
Oh, that Bergman? Don't ever get rid of that.
No,
I am
teasing a little bit, and I would not tell him to ride a bike. We had that discussion. He likes it. He's got storage space on it.
Oh.
There's nothing wrong with it. It is a.
He actually was talking about another bike, though, another scooter. He said there's a bigger CC one that he's interested in. And I said to him, all I would like is if you had a second bike that I could be comfortable riding on, because I'll tell you, right now, that Bergman, the passenger section of that bike is horrible. Horrible. It's like sitting on a rock. It's like sitting on a rock. There's no padding to it.
In that last video you did, what did you all get up to? 100, 115?
We got up to 100.
I wonder if you can...
Have you done any work on the clutch on those, on the Bergman?
I haven't done any work on it. He has. You could probably ask him about it.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, because from like 0 to 90, he can leave a lot of sport bikes behind.
Oh, I know he can.
Well, in that video, he said that the one he had before he had done a lot of performance work on, but this one, not so much.
Yeah, you work on those clutches and stuff and get that thing and get it to where it's in power mode. Oh, yeah. And those guys on those, 600s, 650s, the 800s and stuff, they get all pissed off.
Oh, I know. That's why the reason I picked up a little sports bike, one of the reasons was I wanted to have a bike that I could go with him on twisties and keep up, and maybe not keep up, but at least have a chance of keeping up. Yeah. He's a better rider than I am, and I know it because he's so much more experienced when it comes to twisty roads. We don't have anything like that here. Nothing. So it takes me several days to get used to being on twisty roads again, because here it's all straight riding, and the guy that I ride with here, he's afraid of twisty roads. So when I'm with him, we do the straightest route freaking possible. It is so boring.
Cruiser rides have their place, but yeah, they're kind of ho hum because it's like, all right, I can enjoy the scenery. We can, it's nice.
Yeah,
Especially
except I have a sports bike, so it's like, why would I want to do that? It's not like I can speed. If I speed, I'll just get my bike taken away.
Ryan Enfield, seriously, Raven?
He's
It's a piece of crap, that bike. Oh, come on.
That's the new thing. That's the new thing out from Royal Enfield. It was at Tuesday bike night.
Oh man.
Yeah, they got a couple guys over here in Xenia that are reselling those. They're having them shipped in, and they're selling like 3 different models of the Royal Enfields.
Yeah, but they're
cheap.
How's that bike?
Yeah, they're cheap. Yeah.
They're the same motor.
Yeah.
There's my favorite photo I think I've taken of the new bike.
The other one with the sun going down, it's much better.
Well, they're all, I love those too. But this one here, I just love it. I don't know why.
I think you need to take some selfies with the Power Ranger suit on.
You know what? My gear is not actually that colorful.
Okay, then maybe.
I end up being the Black Ranger with a little bit of pink on it.
Oh man, we're still live, aren't we?
I've been posting stuff for that.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
Yes, I've been seeing that. So I'm not commenting. I'm not commenting. No, I'm shutting up. Oh, beautiful that one. Ooh. Go back to the black and white one.
Oh, oops, one too many.
Oh, beautiful.
I mean the Royal Enfield.
Beautiful.
It has its place. It's a basic. It's a beginner's bike basically.
What a great picture.
It's meant to beat around for 3 months and then get rid of it.
That's the color one right there. But then put it in black and white.
Oh, it did real nice.
I think those Royal Enfields are starting at like what, $4,000 or something like that.
Yeah, they're pretty entry level.
Yeah, well, this new version, apparently the old Royal Enfields, a company in India bought it, and they've pretty much been making the same bike for like 30, 40 years.
Yep.
But this new one has like fuel injection and ABS and.
Oh yeah, they kind of upgraded it, but it's primarily is the same block.
Oh, you're gonna get us busted.
There's a channel I follow called Mototrack.
You are gonna get us busted for
They're
sure.
at least 18.
Busted for what?
Oh man.
Oh, that's legal.
No, come on.
That's legal.
No.
But no, there's a channel I follow called Mototrack, and he did a ride on one of those.
I love those guys.
And he basically said, he goes, yeah, it's an entry bike, but he said it's not meant to be a bike. It's meant to get your feet wet, learn what you like, and send it down the road.
Well, I mean, any of them.
Oh, beautiful this one.
Smaller seat.
So it's a starter bike.
For like enduro style, I mean that's probably short enough. You could probably ride it. If I remember right, that's a fairly low seat height.
Do you know that
you're talking about the Himalayan or something else?
The Royal Enfield is very used in India. I mean Malaysia.
Yeah, they've been making the same bike for
and you know
30,
why?
40 years.
Because it's not really the price. It's the cost of having one. Because they say that when she works, it can do wonderful wonders. They go up those mountains over there, and the bike doesn't say no to anything. But the only problem is that they break down all the time.
Sounds like a Versus.
Oh,
Well, let's say that off they just have KLRs, but they're not tall.
Yeah,
Oh, my
KLRs
God.
do have a height limit. That's the message.
You gotta have those long legs for walking.
Oh my God, no! Why would someone do this?
What?
Yeah, I've seen that before.
What a motor? Is that like a motorcycle
Yeah,
engine and stuff?
it's a reverse trike.
Yeah, it's a reverse trike.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a waste.
Oh,
I think it was in
Yeah,
one of those
look at the other stuff.
women's power parades.
does that stuff ride?
Apparently it does. There you go. There's your bacon train.
Woo!
Ooh, so
That's
many.
Astro
Chevy van.
That's a
Astro
ride.
van.
Chevy Express
Yep. Chevy van.
has a Chevy Express that's been.
Volkswagen
Piggy. Oh, assassins.
That's a late model bus. That's
Um,
that was made.
if you watch the thumbnails, you'll see a Sarafyna's horses in there.
Yeah, the horse is in there.
Yeah, there's a pink one there.
I actually somewhere in my photos I probably have
Looks tasty anyway.
the Zorro photo for the horse.
Oh man!
I even gave him a white shirt too.
So what
For the
happened to the
horse?
horse?
I ended up selling him to a
didn't hit
family.
him?
They have places in Cincinnati to keep horses.
Well, no, I sold him. How many years ago was it now?
Okay.
Like 6-7 years ago. I lost my job and I couldn't afford to pay his board.
Is that the job that you misspelled or put an extra period in?
No, this was another one.
Okay.
This was one when I was in college. It was just too difficult to work at it. It was one of those jobs where I didn't even lose it. I quit. I admit it. Because it was one of the most mind-destroying jobs ever. It was customer support for AT&T, and it was horrible.
Holy crap! Yeah.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't have been a bad job. The people weren't. The customers weren't bad. It was the people we worked for. They made life living hell.
Call
Like,
centers
if you-
in general just suck.
Yeah.
This one was bad though. Like if you were on the phone with them for more than 3 minutes, they were calling you on the other line, asking you why you were taking so long. If you had them on,
my mom.
if you had a person on hold for more than 30 seconds, they were pinging you in chat. Why are you taking so long? Get back to that customer. Get them off.
Because I'm answering your stupid text and pings. Shut up. Leave me alone.
I know.
I'm my job.
They
haven't
would
finished with 11900 number yet.
They even have cards to go to the bathroom here.
Yeah,
they're
well,
all
they-
about
Yeah.
metrics.
They actually, their metrics are terrible. And I mean, the bathroom thing that happened at the other one where they tried to force the issue and make us sign out to go to the bathroom, and we someone said, you know what, that's actually against our labor laws, so you can fuck off. So they can't tell you can't go to the bathroom, and they can't time you to going to the bathroom. I mean, obviously they can make sure that you're is at least adhering to the schedule as much as possible, but when it comes to bathroom breaks,
What were
they
they
can't do
thinking?
anything.
They can't even tell you which bathroom you can go in. So what the hell are they thinking?
Exactly. But yeah, no, that job got really bad to the point where I would go in to work and I feel like I wanted to throw up every single time I went in there. So I'm like, you know what the fuck am I doing to myself? I can't finish my schoolwork because I'm so stressed out about this piece of shit job.
Yeah.
So I quit. And I focused on my school. And that was a better decision than working at that place. But because I lost the income, which, you know, my board for the horse was $550 a month.
How long did you have the horse?
I worked with him for 2 years before I bought him, and then I owned him for 3 years. So I had him for 5.
Were you the first ride? No.
Oh God, no. When I sold him, he was 19 years old.
Ah, okay.
Oh my.
He's ready
Yeah.
for the food factory.
That was the gentleman horse.
They last 50 years.
Jake was not a gentleman.
No, because you named him Jake.
No, he
And
came
you
with
sold
that.
him to. You said you sold him to a family. Did they have little
Yeah.
kids? And did he then dump all the
No.
kids on the dirt or what?
No, not that kind. Like it was. What happened was at one point I was renting him to a stable because I needed the extra help with the board, and they were using this one girl was riding him at the time. Well, her father owned his own stable, and he was sending his daughter somewhere else to be trained because she didn't want to train with him because parents make terrible trainers. of their kids. So he was sending her to a different stable to be trained. Well, she really liked Jake, and I knew that she really liked Jake. So he asked to buy Jake for her birthday gift. I never saw him again.
Oh man.
Now I'm sad.
But I did hear that he, like, my friend had seen him a few times, and she said he looked phenomenal. I mean, he's probably gone now because he'd be like 27 years old now.
No, they can last for 50 years.
Depends.
Yes.
I was going to say 30's more like it.
No.
Those runners can live in their
Depending on
30s.
the
It depends on the breed for the most part.
breed, yeah.
And he was an appendix quarter horse, so I don't know what the time span on them. But I mean, I agree with you that depending on the care as well, they can take a little longer.
Yeah.
They can last longer.
If they don't do competition, they don't go to the jumping stuff. And stuff,
That's not always true either.
They last so much.
That's not horribly true, actually, because I have my friend, the horse that I used to ride when I was a kid. He's still going strong. He's 28 years old and he's still competing in jumpers. 28. This thing is
not professionally on an amateur.
No. Yeah, he hasn't competed in professional level in a while.
Yeah, that's a very different stuff because all the chemicals they do put to. Oh man, it's a tough world.
He was actually a racehorse originally, and they.
I have owned some horses, and I know.
That's pretty surprising because with racehorses, they
have the best drugs.
But the problem is they're also breeding them. They're not taking into account
they have drugs
longevity
to
with the horses.
They have drugs to lose weight. They have drugs to gain weight. They have drugs to see better. They have drugs not to see. They have drugs not even to hear.
They got 2 shots they give them before they breed them.
Man.
Boy, you get some of that, you're ready.
So what's the deal with the double sidecars here? Wait a minute,
Let's all ride.
Shop, isn't it?
We're just all going to ride. Everybody in.
If you can't afford a KLR, that'll work.
Yeah, my friend's a big fan of the double-seater sidecar.
This can't ride on the normal roads.
That's why he can't ride on normal. That's why he can't ride twisties. Is he's so used to freaking double-seater sidecar that he's afraid of twisties now.
Well, you just got to learn. If you've got 3 wheels, you just got to learn to ride on 2 of them around corners. Come on up. I'll show you how it's done.
Well, that's the funny part is he said that he used to do that on the other one, but he from the age of, like, I think he said he spent close to 30 years on a bike that had a sidecar.
The green. Oh, come on.
Yeah, well, the Harry Potter horses were cute.
Oh, come on, a green horse. Well, it comes with the leathers already.
It's a horse of a different color, just like from the old Wizard of Oz movie.
God.
He's so lucky.
Yeah, and the Vuvuzela.
I think he's Irish.
Oh, that poor baby. That never is going to come out.
We're still live, aren't we? Yes.
Yeah. That's never going to come out. Oh,
I was about to tell a dust joke, but
let's hope it rains and then you have a flowing of hopefully that's Kool-Aid that they used.
Oh, probably something easy.
I'll see y'all later.
Take care, Tro.
Bye.
Oh,
Take care.
See you, Tro.
I'm trying to see if I can find a photo of Jake. Oh, there's a photo of Jake.
When did you stop at the?
With that, I probably will end the live stream.
Sure, the troll's gone. The fun's out the door.
Yeah.
Oh man! Look at the head of the horse. Oh come on!
You had to ruin everything.
And you say I treat the horse bad by hitting him, and you did that to a horse.
He's fine. He's
You mean
fine.
the LOL I'm a dragon?
Oh man!
I don't think horse would taste too bad for the barbecue sauce.
You know what those are for, right?
Ah yes.
Which?
Look at well, I like the I don't know the English term for that. the saddle, the fabric under the saddle. How do you call it?
That's just a pad. That's
The purple stuff. I like that.
the bonnet on his head is also purple. So are the boots.
Oh.
The bonnet is actually to keep the flies out of their ears because because we're stupid and they force us to shave the hair out of their ears. So when then
the bugs get in.
Yeah, and the bugs get in. So what we
Flies
do
like laying their eggs in there, then they get infected, then you have
they can catch the parvoviruses.
So I ended up I actually used to compete with that bonnet on him when I was in the jumper competitions. He was magnificent.
That just ain't right.
What, the bonnet?
No.
No.
The link.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't go to the link.
Which one?
Horse mask.
Yeah, the horse mask. Though if you go past the one of the other links, there's what looks like a fairly cool. Okay, that's messed up.
God.
It's magnificent.
Pass.
Yeah, you don't want to don't look at the later link. Well, okay, maybe you can, but it's a little weird.
Watch them nay. Anyway,
there you go.
We're still live?
Yeah, we're gonna end the live portion of this here. As always, thanks for coming, everybody. Been a blast. Everyone who came to watch and participate in the side chat, thank you. And hopefully we'll do this again next week.
Next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Watching everything.
And